All right, go for it.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Hunter the Absolution. Oh, wait, we're going to combine all this video anyway, aren't we? Whatever. So last time we did a little bit more of a social session, and we had Esther believing she was in the final girl in a horror movie. It was pretty funny. However, the 4 guests at the Abraham estate have gathered, more or less, in front of Bethel's office, ready to confront and discuss the events of the previous night, as well as plans going forward, as they try to navigate this world that is freakish, strange, fantastical, and utterly horrifying. So, we're going to go around one by one, and we're going to get our thoughts in character before they push past that black oak door and into the lion's den, proverbially speaking. And I apologize to our viewers in case anyone complains with my voice. I am recovering from a sinus thing.
Same.
So I think first off, we are actually going to start with Karna. So Damien. Yeah.
All right. I'm just asking, where are they currently at?
So you are currently you're in front of Bethel's office in Bethel's Manor.
Okay, bet. I'm assuming we're just all waiting until freaking Bethel either calls us in or is just ready.
Okay. So no other thoughts as you're waiting there with the others? No reflections on the path?
I don't know. Well, I was just asking that, but yeah, I'll get in character. As Damien's job is, simply waiting with the others, and he's only collecting his thoughts on his, new journey with finally reaching his, destination, and he is a bit excited, mainly for what the road lies ahead, along with, having his compatriots, new colleagues, new friends, he may call them, on this adventure. When he looks at each one of them, he knows they're not, obviously they're not used to this lifestyle, or mainly just new. He himself is much experienced, not even compared to Bethel when it comes to him being a hunter, but he knows that this world is strange and that there's much of the supernatural lingering around. And when he looks at the 2 girls, he does feel a bit bad for them that they're getting dragged into this mess, but he's still willing to work with them and spend time, have fun in this crazy dark adventure that they're all going in. As for before I continue, is making Terracotta's character there as well.
Mm-hmm.
As for hold on, Kazuki. As he looks at Kazuki, though, as his own feelings that this man is very much a buffoon. He took notice of when him and Kazuki had to take the girls inside the car. He took notice of how badly he did it in such not in a good, timely, or even good manner. We had to argue with him about it, but they managed somewhat. Minus the fact that when they got to Bethel's estate and had to get the girls out of the car, it was very much a bigger issue that still irritates him a lot. Though he's just keeping that deep inside and mainly focusing on the here and now. And that is it.
All right. Now we're gonna jump over to in question. Kazuki, how are you feeling right now?
Kazuki feels very uncomfortable with this formal attire. It's been a while since Kazuki has dressed this nice. Can't can't wait to be done with this conversation so we can strip down again. I'm ready to enter because Battle's probably gonna give me an earful. So not looking forward to him to see Battle scold me again. And hopefully he doesn't punish me. I look over at Bella and just get a chill down my spine. Hopefully she doesn't figure out what happened when she was passed out. Let me go over at Esther and see and think, she must be the girl Lucille's been talking about. I wonder. Hopefully I don't make a fool of myself again. I'll try to reserve myself.
Mm-hmm.
I look over at Damien. I look him up and down and think to myself, boy, he's got a nice ass.
I knew it.
That's America's ass right there.
You know what? I'm gonna tell
That's a
you.
nice ass.
Perverted thoughts be damned. You managed to keep your spirits high. This is probably why you managed to survive so long, especially in that dark and awful place where being called upon was a far worse fate than simply just attending an audience.
That's true. But right now, I've bigger worries.
Yeah, you do.
Hopefully he doesn't dog my allowance.
I hope he does.
Hope he doesn't. And as I steel myself, I think to myself, just tune it out, Kazuki. I'll be over in an hour.
All right.
Yes.
So then on to Shimishi. All right. So actually, you know what? On that note, Esther, how are you doing as you're, all dressed up, waiting outside the door?
Esther is feeling relieved to see someone she's familiar with. When she sees Kana, she looks at Terracotta and do a natural senses from a psychometry, like an extension of that. Like from experience, she sees something dark inside him and kind of shimmies away from him, like scooches away from him.
Yeah, you get an immediate sensation of. Let me see real quick. Do you want to actually roll that?
Yeah, sure. Which
if you're willing to use a willpower, one of your little squares, which you should have fully recovered. So, actually, no, you used one for the. My bad. You used 2 points already. My bad. Because you used your.
Oh no.
Your cyber and your psychometry.
I've only used one on my
Okay.
Can I not just use one of my attributes?
Oh, you just want to use. You just want to use an actual. Okay.
Yeah, because the willpower, doesn't it only fill up later on if I'm in character?
The more you act in character, the more it gets restored. Naturally, it can.
Okay, so have I restored it? Because
Usually we do the tally at the end of the session, kind of, because it's
sometimes it's weird if we do like time skips in the middle of the session. It really is up to Sai at the end of the day. But
You know
you
what?
did
I will
you
say,
did take like 2 willpower. Remember, you used psychometry on the painting and you used your cyberpathy to control the lawnmower. That's 2 of the willpower squares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for each subsequent use, doesn't matter what you use it, as long as you activate one of your psychic powers, you take one of the squares out.
I will say last time you acted very in character, so I would let you restore 1. I don't
Okay.
mind.
Thank you. So I've got 1 empty again. Yeah, can I just use my like perception and something? Because obviously I'm perceiving Torikochi as someone I should stay away from.
Perception and alertness.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So perception is 4 and alertness is 2, so 6.
Ain't no way.
No.
Okay.
On
Okay, then.
guard instantly.
You know what? Difficulty 6, because before you did try to give him a psychometry scan, like before when you first met him. So, you know.
Okay.
So I'll reduce that difficulty down from like a 7 from trying to pry into someone like that to just a 6.
No. Please watch. Please watch.
What was
You're
the
such a
command
simple
again?
character.
It's slash roll 1d. Well, it's actually your number d10. The how many you can do.
Slash roll 6d10. Thank you.
It has to be
Slash
spaced. Slash roll space.
6d10.
She didn't.
Damn.
Okay.
She did not.
Yeah,
botch.
he did not botch.
No,
She didn't like
what
you.
the fuck?
So
No.
Even
I
the
will-
dice is in my court.
Even the dice are in
Get
my
away with Torikochi.
Yeah, fucking Adel is like, I feel alive. The dice are on my side.
Sai, you promised you'll give me a break, please.
I'm not the one doing this to you.
That's me and Adel, bro.
So, all right, shh.
That's the
So
women.
as you gaze upon him, your psychometry, the slight flashes you got, you start getting more affirmed. There are certain things about him, even though that he's much more groomed right now. It does not give you the impression of an upstanding man. It gives you when you go to like an animal shelter and you pick up like a rabid animal and you manage to coax it down and give it a lot of love, and you manage to, bring out something presentable. But it's at the end of the day, that's still a junkyard dog. His fingernails, even now,
We had junkyard dog.
even now, as you gaze at his fingertips, you see that they're just a bit sharper than a regular person's. The way that his fingers move jointedly, they're a little bit too quick. His teeth are almost sharp, but not in like a vampiric way that you might think. All of them are sharp in a slight way, almost serrated. His eyes are charming in their own way, but there is this deep abyss that you can tell has something just festering within. And the way that his eyes can just lock onto something and just stare at it like a cat going for the kill.
Yes, and right now I'm staring at Damien's ass.
Yeah, that right there.
Yeah, and she sees it in 4K.
As well, I am going to warn you more than anything. It really comes down to the way that he's anxious when other people are looking at him. And the way he's forced to stay still. It reminds you especially of a lion in captivity.
Oh.
What is
sweet.
this?
Okay.
Bro, her first roll, and she's already a fucking Kazuki hater.
Not hate, cautious. She's cautious.
Nah, she's already
Exactly.
in hater phase, bro.
In all fairness, I was cautious of Luciel as well, so
Understandable.
I don't know, the first part.
non-discriminatory.
Like,
I'm not discriminating.
You know,
Kazuki,
if
the first
Kazuki
part-
even says hello to you, I feel like it's gonna turn into like a completely different
the
emotion.
first part of Kazuki's name is shared with caution.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I guess, okay, after that, Esther looks over to Beltrix and recognizes her as the girl in the bed that she saw connected to her room. She's glad to see that Beltrix seems to be awake and doing better now than what they seemed to be. And then she's very cautious right now, and is glad that she has a skirt because for easy access to get her scalpels out. And she and she has a thought that if things go south, she'll grab Kana by the she'll grab Damien and flee together.
At least you're on a good relation.
Yeah, because Kana saved Esther from Simmons, so Esther feels like she
Okay.
can trust him.
All right. So then on to Bella. How are you feeling right now?
Oh boy, let me tell you, after a stimulating, chaotic dream of wondering what the fuck a tree is doing here, Bella's just standing in this room, menacingly. Alright. Anyways, on to the serious note.
Yeah.
By the way, is there anything I could see about the room? Because I was curious about the room.
This is the so I will tell you, outside of his up from the staircases you were led to, his study is the door directly in front, the second floor, in the once you go up the grand staircase, right from the front door. So you just go up the front door, like you open the front door, you would go straight ahead, and there's that massive staircase, and there's a small like parsing area between the first set and the second set that goes up the floors. The second, like that one area where you guys are waiting right now, has chairs, a small table, and then you go up the stairs one more time. You know what I mean? One of those kinds of staircases where they have just obnoxiously large, almost like half floor.
All right,
but
are we already in the office, or are we like?
No, you guys are waiting outside. But
and there are outside. Okay.
There's hallways to the left and right, which lead obviously into other parts of his manor.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let Bella do a little glance around her as well. I want to know where everyone is around me.
Yeah. I would say Esther probably based on everyone's acting. So Kazuki is to the right by himself.
All right, I'd like to be further away from Kazuki.
So you and Esther are both like hugging the railing.
There's fear. Cool. Genuine fear.
Yeah. So and then then Damien just kind of sitting in the middle, not knowing what the hell's going on.
Right.
But
yeah.
Other than that, the rest of the walls are covered in all kinds of very fancy oil paintings, paraphernalia of hunting, of music. A lot of just very fine art, though, is the main emphasis here. A lot of oil paintings, which I was going to say, Mystic, you said before that Bethel has artistic talent himself, yes?
Give me a moment.
By the way, while Mystic's doing something, I want to look more at the paintings, since, apparently there's some around me. It kind of fits Bella's thing. She's always curious about art.
Yeah. So the first painting, the most prevalent one that really catches everyone's attention when they look at it, is one that looks to be a portrait of Bethel himself. The strange part is what's coming out the back of his portrait. You see, like he said it's sideways glancing. So you see the side of the face and all of that. From the back, you see another almost horrifically emerging apparition coming from the back of him, bursting forth as if his body is but a cocoon to whatever this creature is. This creature bears a resemblance to him in face, in body, but appears somehow regal yet utterly wicked. There is blind beneath it, the birth of blind justice.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Of the painting, yes.
Huh. Alright. The more Bella would stare at this painting, she'd be a bit more curious about this painting. Honestly, she was tempted to ask about it, but for the time being, she'd hold her tongue. She's in a foreign place, and even though she's met Bethel, she doesn't know much about him. Her impression of him is kind of, it's better than Kazuki. That's about it.
This painting that I just described, this one, The Birth of Blind Justice, it sits to the left of the office, and to the right, the other painting. This was a little bit more demure. And this one is a completely different style. This was not made by the same painter by any means. And this one is called Red Desire, and you just see a very beautiful kind of figure surrounded by all kinds of fire. The figure draped in white, chains, tattered clothes, with various pieces of what appear to be World War II era settings around them, burning to nothing. Their hands clasped firmly in prayer. This painting appears extremely old, even by the standards of most oil paintings in this manner. The frame is not fancy. It's not silver. It's not golden, like gold-leafed. It is a very normal, very humble oaken.
That's the image, by the way, for what his study looks like.
There also are some other bits outside, like I said, outside of his office. There are, of course, decorative swords you see everywhere. There are like 2 suits of armor. They appear to be some kind of vintage knight armor from Cornwall. Stuff like that.
I ain't gonna lie. In this mere moment, as she's looking at that armor, she feels a sudden urge to put it on.
Hold on.
A pure fantasy just slips into her mind. While she is, by the way, on the painting as well. She is curious, so she'll probably ask about that painting specifically, since it seems older than she would expect it. And she's curious about its contents.
Okay.
That will be one she talks about with, I guess, Bethel, whenever she gets a chance. But back to the armor at hand and the weapons.
Oh,
She's imagining in her own mind, wielding a great sword, putting on the knight's armor, slaying vampires for some weird reason, slaying demons, slaying the Goliath, slaying the dragon.
While you're having your little fantasies, you feel something being placed in your hand and somebody pouring hot liquid into a cup.
Huh?
While you're daydreaming, Lucille smiles. You see Lucille. While you're daydreaming, I believed I would bring you some Earl Grey.
Oh.
It should help soothe the nerves and ready you for the conversation ahead. Would anybody else care for a cup?
I would like.
Of course.
Yuck.
She pours a cup for each of you, and she holds one out to Esther. Would you like one?
I ask her what type of. Wait, no. I ask her for some sugar to make my tea.
She from her little trolley she's carrying with her, like she has with her. You see her just pull out. She asks you, "How many cubes?"
7, please.
She just nods her head. Questions asked, and she asks you, "Would you also like some cream?"
Just a splash, please.
Of course. Honey?
No, I'm good.
Of course. Biscuits?
Thank you.
She pulls out the lower part, and you guys see a whole heap of various snacks and tea time biscuits.
I could take some digestives, please.
Right? Yeah, she puts those on there for you. And please remember to keep yourselves clean. While I will clean up after you, do not make unnecessary messes.
Yeah, by my side, am I also able to look at everyone around me other than just Kazuki? Because I didn't really.
Yeah,
I was curious about that. As like
yeah,
time's passing.
Yeah, of course. Esther is looking in a similar outfit such as you. It seems the same clothes were roughly presented to both of you for changing. And she seems to be, and I hate to say it, even more wary of Kazuki than you are.
Hey, listen, we're both on the same side.
It's just
give it a little bit more time.
nervous glances every so often at him.
You know, the worst part is Bella understands.
And then of course Damien, who appears to be a little bit more a bit unusual. You don't get to see this man at all.
Unusual.
He appears to be somewhat rugged, a lot more like you than someone like Bethel.
Can I make a guess on Damien's character?
Okay.
Is there anything I can do for that? Because I'm trying to like surmise a little bit more about him.
That's your choice. What do you want to roll? What do you think would fit?
To be honest, I want to use perception or intelligence, which is going to be a 2 either way, and then maybe alertness. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Or street. To be honest, alertness or streetwise. I'll let you decide that one.
Streetwise would be funny for an assumption. Go on.
All right, so I'll do a 40-10. I'm gonna
Okay.
roll it in the session recording thing with Adel because I was already in there.
Copy.
My palm is literally just.
All right, give me some good rolls.
Resting on the palm of his.
Otherwise, this man's gonna. Oh, holy!
Damn.
All right,
You
What
okay?
did you get?
9987.
You know what? Upstanding. A bit naive,
Yes.
but trying his best to do good.
Ah, she thought to herself. So a fool with a hero complex, most likely this man is. I hope
So-
he's not the
Brother,
type
bro.
that's going to jump in the way as soon as a damsel's in distress and abandon
Wow.
his team.
Wow.
Okay. So while you're
Oh,
having
does he
your...
have a sword on him?
Yes, of course.
Yes,
why
he
would
still has his
By the way,
sword.
she glances at the sword, and her assumption
Caution you.
of what she thought she already understood completely solidifies as she thinks of some random white knight gallantly sprinting into the battlefield. Maybe,
Thought it would be something else. Thought it would
ironically,
be
in
else.
her imagination, the very enemy is someone she knows and already has a little bit of a bad impression of being slain by this man. Her impression of him is starting to go up from imagination
my.
alone.
That's what I need a sword. Kazuki needs a
It's a
sword.
Kazuki.
Truthfully, she might want to ally with this man in the future.
Oh
It's a
my.
Kazuki.
By
The
any
final battle,
and
me against everyone.
Alright, give me a... Let's see. Nah, that's about it. Oh yeah, and do I know Esther? Because apparently we're from the same school.
Are we?
yeah.
I
No,
thought.
we are. That's why I feel like
Yeah.
she would recognize you a little bit.
Yeah, no, she's, from what you have mainly seen of this girl, very devoted. Probably the most devoted medical student you have seen, period. She spends long shifts like no one else at the at the university hospital. She is just an all-around very, at least from what you've seen, a very well-liked figure.
Okay.
If nothing else, she was voted biggest square
Biggest square?
in the actual yearbook.
Oh.
What does biggest square even mean?
What'd you say?
What does biggest square even mean?
Yeah, so
It means you're the biggest goody two shoes.
Damn.
Ah,
Okay.
Or at the very least, you're the person that would be like, no, drugs are bad, or like you showed, grab a school shooter by the ear and drag them outside.
I mean,
As
yeah.
Bella like looks at Esther, she has a bit of a complicated expression. She did not expect to find someone in this kind of situation. Who's
Speaking
an
of
actual
Bella's,
square.
speaking of Bella's, for you, Esther, Bella around the school, somewhat of a loner, very antisocial, very rare to even hear her talk when not spoken to.
Yeah.
But not a bad person.
She's an aura
She
farmer.
doesn't do she doesn't do anything malicious. She is somewhat talented at sports. But she doesn't really get into any trouble. Like I said, a very just kind of,
To herself.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
She is like the human equivalent of a cat. She very much just watched things happen.
I feel like Esther would think of it as like one of those like geniuses who are not understood by people, and they just sit by themselves because there's no point in being with other people who don't understand their genius.
Fair point.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be the impression.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, we got the team
More
glazing
different.
going.
All right. So, with all of this settled for the moment, the door to Bethel's office begins to creak open. Mystic, are you ready?
He is muted. There it is.
That's yapping.
This feels like a
So-
boss fight.
It is. We gotta go in there
When
and
you
beat him
come
up.
in, you can tell the general layout of the office based on the image I sent in general. Check it out real quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
the SpongeBob image?
No,
You
the one
dumbass.
above that. I will tell you guys, of course, with the strange layout of his office, it is very non-professional, I will say. You see painting easels, that strange window up near the top made entirely of stained glass, looks almost like an eye, paintings littering the walls, almost cluttering them, books strewn about on a desk, only propped up against the wall, not even facing outward like a true English gentleman's. The entire place reads, "This is where this man probably spends every waking moment."
Wow.
Is there a bed in there that confirms this?
There is
No.
a half.
He sleeps in the chair.
I was gonna say.
I don't use
He
beds.
just
No, I was saying. I was saying there is.
Is there a
You
blanket?
see a very. You see a very comfortable looking chair, very well worn, which has a bunch of blankets neatly folded to the side, and like a basket with extra pillows. There is no bed in sight.
Her impression of
Yeah.
Bethel is like more complicated than it originally was. And she's just
Oh.
thinking of this random dude sleeping away, probably has a pillow all stacked up, a bunch of maids catering to his
As
issues,
well,
adding a stool.
You see upon his desk, like I said, in the corner, a very large desk, all kinds of papers facing outwards. Some of them are on human anatomy, some of them are on modified human anatomy, small changes that he seems to be speculating. You see a few things floating around in formaldehyde in jars. And like I said, all the painting equipment, tons of it all over the place.
Nice.
So, when all of you come in and you inspect the room, you look around. In the corner, no, I guess this would be the center of the room because the desk is in the corner.
Mm.
You see him actually painting. He's actually currently painting right now. A very peculiar image if you were to look, general.
Alright. He's
You see,
painting
there was a
women.
woman who had entered his mind, and ever since then, her image has been stuck in his head.
Oh no.
So he has been painting her. I wonder what Esther has to say about becoming his model.
Perfect.
Jesus.
wow.
Perfect.
Bro, I was gonna
Yeah,
turn
you-
around and see her. He's gonna having a panic attack.
So yes, you see a beautiful picture of a woman that bears an incredible likeness to Esther, with almost an ethereal glow to her, done up in a dress that is very aged and timey for the purpose of that, but very flattering.
Alright, Bella's gonna lean a bit close to Esther, whispering to her, "I think you got an admirer."
I think I've got a doppelganger.
So Damon's just gonna like raise a brow and then like slightly look at Esther and then back at the painting, but not saying a word, just keeping to himself.
Because Esther doesn't think she's met Bethel at all, or like been anywhere remotely in this like manor house to recognize the painting. So she assumes that maybe he has a doppelganger or a twin she doesn't know about.
No way.
So yes, Soon enough, Bethel realizes that there are 4 people crowding around him trying to take a look at his painting.
I mean, I don't really care.
Not silent, not sneaky, and definitely not tactful in the least.
What do you mean? I am tactful.
As the 4 of them speak
Yeah,
in loud
stealth not too.
Also, for your information, the door to this office has closed, and once it does, you hear a series of multiple locks.
What dropped?
Damon's gonna pause, just look back, and it's like,
All right.
oh,
Bella's
arm
gonna look at the
yourself.
walls.
there's no turning back.
You look at the walls.
I'm looking at the walls, trying to identify where the pipes might be.
Oh, here we go.
Unfortunately, in this case, you might be pipeless.
All right, what's the walls look like?
The walls are, once again, like I told you, cluttered with so many paintings, pieces of stained glass. The whole room is very Art Deco.
All right, what's behind the paintings?
There are a few open windows, I believe, the Mystic has shown. Behind the paintings, there are bits of wall. Like I said, there's
What
not
kind of
really
wall?
much too complicated with this room. Now, once again, I will hope that Mystic, back to you.
Hold on. What kind of wall?
The wall is a standard wall. It's a manor wall, most likely composed from at least some kind of mortar and brick.
Okay.
What about the wallpaper?
The wallpaper.
Yeah.
So for this, I was gonna say, let me check it. No wallpaper.
No. That's boring.
This room is built in such a way which is very different from the rest of the manor. You've noticed, like, the foyer and the outside and those walls, they had very fine wallpaper, very Victorian fleur de lily print.
Mm-hmm.
This is a patchwork brick print, like in the image, which makes it seem as if this room was intentionally left bare of any trappings, any decoration beyond these pictures.
All right. Are there
Enough.
any
Hmm?
bricks that are like out of place? Because you said it's like a patchwork wallpaper.
Yeah, I mean, it's a patchwork in terms of visual. It's still a very sturdy wall. There's no, like, doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary. I mean, there's no pattern that you can really guess from it.
Okay. What does a patchwork look like? Is it like homemade or is it obviously professionally done?
Professionally done.
Like okay. Because I was thinking it could be like a grandma's patchwork, so maybe it's got a sentimental value.
It has the way it is a very nice. When I say patchwork, it's an alternation of brick colors, not so much like them randomly different sizes, but
Okay.
very faded, but very nice to the eye. It's very tasteful. Just put it this way: it's the perfect backdrop for any painting. This room was no doubt chosen for the sake of showing off these paintings. Now, Mystic, will you please take the floor?
Hold on, I got a couple things I want to say.
Yes.
Don't worry. It'll correlate. Anyways, the first thing... Yeah, don't worry. There's a big plan in this. You're gonna like it. Anyways, the first thing I want to do is I want to look at the... on the window? The eye?
Yeah.
As Bella looks at it, she's eerily reminded of it. The voice. It's how she would have pictured it in her own mind. It's a bit uncomfortable to her. She's a little bit more tense than she was a second ago when she realizes this. But after staring at it for, let's say, a few seconds, she starts to calm a little bit more curious as to why it's here. Is it just an art design, or does it have a purpose? She starts to wonder. Do I mention that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Alright, I'll keep quiet on that.
Oh no, what do you
Sorry
mean?
to
You can
sorry
be
to
as loud.
ask something else.
Alright, you want me to
It's your
react?
choice. It's whatever Bella wants to react.
The moment Bella keeps staring at this odd eye. I'm allowed to mention it now, right?
If you want to.
Alright. It would suddenly blink. Her eyes would start to widen a little bit more in shock. She didn't make a noise. Honestly, there was no proper reaction that she could have given for this mere moment. By the way, does it blink again? Or just once?
Just once.
Alright.
One clear vision.
Alright.
What was your question?
What?
Oh no, no. I was just gonna ask: are the paintings pointing to something, or is that like a certain pattern or something?
There are so many paintings vastly around the room. It's difficult once again, since this is your first time seeing this, it's just outwardly overwhelming. It's so visually impairing that there is no pattern. The colors are different, the posing, everything. No picture
Okay.
is alike.
Can I go back to looking at the painting of like that looks like me, or the doppelganger? Oh,
It says
Of
right in
course.
front of you. It says right there. He's
Oh.
painting.
My damage is gonna take
Anyways,
takes
Sorry,
time
I
with an old man.
Hold on. I'm almost done
Second
now.
there.
Anyways,
Pictures.
after the eye, she would
Uh-huh.
instantly just think, maybe it's just my imagination. She doesn't need to panic right now, she thought. But honestly, a part of her also thinks it might be the voice itself watching her, which gives her a complicated feeling. But something else had caught her attention. It was the painting itself that was being made by Bethel. She'd approach closer this time, mainly just not wishing to sit around and do the hushes, and would just ask Bethel, I guess outright, how do I ask this? Hold on. She'll just ask about the painting. She's a bit curious as to what drew him to make a painting like this. If he's there, I'll actually ask a question.
Mystic, are you there?
Say no.
I'm here. Just ask in character. You just said you're asking something, but I don't know what
I'm
you're
going
asking.
to. I wanted to make sure you're there, and I wasn't just waiting. Alright. Excuse me, Bethel. Hopefully I'm not taking up any of your time with your painting. But
He gives a sigh before putting down his equipment. Well, you all seem curious. What are your thoughts?
well, Bella would, I guess, place a finger to her mouth. It's a bit eerie how similar it is to like one of our compatriots here, but it is well done. It's exquisite, I must say. Although, what brought upon this inspiration?
I wonder. Somebody was rude enough to pry into my mind. But they forget that to look inside is to also be looked upon.
oh my god!
Oh. So you had a peeping Tom moment then.
Oh my god!
I'm not surprised with this current age, but at the same time, I'm a bit surprised that that's the art that comes with the peeping Tom.
David's just like looking,
fact-
looking at.
In fact, how is it that they were able to see into your mind?
Why don't you ask them?
Oh, really? Alright, I guess
I
Bella's
look
gonna
straight at-
turn at
I
Esther.
I look Esther straight in the eye.
Yes.
And you can tell Esther that compared to the first time you have seen this man, his eyes have a different kind of weight to them. When you first saw him, there was caution, and there was a certain strength of will that you could sense from him, that you saw in his eyes. But this time, you almost feel like there's nothing there. All the walls have been placed high. And it's very, very difficult to tell what he might be thinking.
Bro, you should just say he's cheating.
So Esther's in the background, like she's got one hand and she's like motioning next to it, like underneath her neck, going like, cut it out, like quietly saying, don't say anything. And as all the eyes turn to her, she's just nervously feeling with her the ends of her skirt. Kind of like trying to play it off like it must be his like artistic sense, you know. Artistic imagination.
Hold on, I want to try something. Am I allowed to roll for anything to identify, like, what this might be connected to, like wits?
No, I mean, like, you mean like in terms of like connected to like in what manner?
Her actions right now.
You can come to whatever conclusions you'd like to in character.
I mean, I could, but I kind of want to, you know, make an impression by a roll. That's what
you
I'm saying.
you just want to be able to
Yeah,
botch.
I want to roll, bro. I want to botch
and
it.
get.
I want to
like,
botch it.
But okay, that would probably be investigate. Yeah, perception and investigation.
Perception and investigation. So, all right, it's a 3d10. We're gonna see my perception and investigation on you. I just want to do it to do it.
Ooh.
Let's just. It doesn't even matter.
If it succeeds, I'm gonna hate it. Damn it! I got 7s and a 4.
Damn.
So I sadly pass.
Hey. Woo!
All right, well.
Let me see. So, yeah, with that, you know what? Actually, no, you don't.
Hey. For once.
You have no way. After all, that'd be so far fetched for you. Vampires are one thing, but like that.
Oh, I'm not looking into supernatural. I'm just looking at her expressions.
I'm saying exactly. Yeah, no. She just look. You know what it is? You could probably blame it on her look. She looks like she's sick, but it seems like time. You feel that same way whenever you looked at the guy next to her, Kazuki.
You know, her impression of Esther honestly felt more relatable to her. She understood that feeling very well. The memory of Kazuki, just the moment she saw that expression, she was reminded of him. She was wondering if there was pepper spray in the room. Might help her feel a little bit more safe, so to say. But she'd sigh, deciding to let this off. More than likely, if there was something, it was definitely being kept quiet for a reason. After all, she herself wasn't even sure of her own situation that well. Not to mention the fact that she hadn't really mentioned anything about it. The only one who might have a suspicion of what's going on with her would be Bethel. And probably ironically, the guy she wants to pepper spray. But she put more faith in Bethel and thought.
Bethel looks at you, Esther, and he beckons for you to come closer.
Esther's just nervously standing there, like, "Oh no, you won't. You don't want me to come closer. You know, like I'm fine over here. You know, just just standing."
I will not ask again.
Esther straightens her back as if she's talking with us, with like what's it called, the head matron at the hospital, and she obediently, drooping, walks forward.
As soon as you get a little closer, he takes a pondering pose, brush still in his hand. He starts walking around you. It seems I may have exaggerated certain proportions.
Oh my god. Wow.
Goodness. Like, I'm looking at this weirdly.
Alright. 3 points would be reducted from Bella's impression of Bethel.
You know what I am going to tell you, by the way? You do realize on closer inspection, her bosom is quite a bit bigger than yours. It was tastefully sort of like you can kind of see it tastefully because of the dress, where it kind of restricts it, but on very close inspection, yeah, probably like a cup or two.
Wait, who?
The painting.
Oh, but the painting?
It's very much a super romanticized and meticulously beautiful version of you.
Bro,
Wow.
hold on.
Huh.
David's gonna
Yo.
look at Esther and then look at the painting and then do a double take. It's just like
Yo, no,
his
no.
old man brain kicking in. Just
Hold
like,
on.
what is
Oh,
up with this
Esther.
generation and what is up with this generation and their weird fantasies?
As Bella would look at the painting, her expression, which did have a little bit more like centricism in the beginning, just suddenly started dropping into a more ice cold stare. Her thoughts just slowly becoming a little bit more pointed, a little bit more cold.
What does Kazuki think of this very pretty picture?
He's trying to get closer.
So this is his type then.
Yeah, that's
Understandable.
You know what? There is one great claim though that you can bring up though with his last statement, Kazuki.
Hmm?
Guess what? You're not the only pervert. He just tried giving her bigger boobs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
No, mention it. You gotta mention it. You
I was
gotta
raised
get
right.
going.
Face is just like, why?
Damn.
All right.
Kazuki could have
It's
easily
their
pulled
face.
up and said, "Man, it seems you're, starting to take after me a little bit."
Hmm.
Could have said anything.
All right, let me
You
continue.
taught me well.
Let me continue.
You can continue,
Let
of
me
course.
continue. So Esther, he actually reaches out for your arm and he looks at your pulse.
You're a little too close. Could you
Perfect.
scoot away a bit, please? Like probably 2 meters away.
Can I
You're a
just start
little
laughing?
skinnier. You're a little
Kazuki just
skinnier
started
than I
laughing.
imagined.
What the?
The skin tone's a little off too.
Oh my god.
Petal, are you okay? What happened? Who is this man?
Well, what do you think?
Hmm?
He asked Esther for her opinion directly about the painting.
It's a lovely piece of art. Besides the filters on it, I guess.
Filters.
That's the best way I can describe it.
I suppose
It's like
that's
one of
your
those
own
editing
fault.
filters.
It seems you imagine yourself to be a bit more robust than you actually are.
Are you pinning this on me? This is a you problem, not a me problem.
This
Who reversed it?
bitch.
And I thought you were a gentleman, Ethel. Wow.
What's your name?
My name is hold on. Hmm. Am I allowed to lie here, or can
You can lie
do
if
I
you
have to tell the
want.
truth?
You can lie here if you want.
Yeah.
It just
I'd
probably
lie
won't
if you
work.
want.
But lie if you want. It's up to you. It's in character.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah, I feel
Bethel-
like Esther's feeling very uncomfortable.
I
So I feel like
I already know. Wait, you forget. You already introduced yourself to me. I know your name. I'm just asking for confirmation.
oh.
Yeah. You already know.
You can still lie if you want.
You can
to.
lie if you don't want to, confirm. That's how it is.
Yeah, you just said you forgot.
Esther Esther feels a lot of pressure and scrutiny from Bethel, and feels very uncomfortable with the whole situation. The painting that seems to have like a filter on it, that's not quite to reality. The way that Bethel's questioning her, she nervously fumbles and throws out a random name instead of her own.
I swear, if you say Bella,
She'll say, what was the name of my friend again? The one at the clinic.
Math.
what?
Okay,
Her name is literally Matthias.
Oh.
Matthias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Esther throws out the name of a friend, Matthias, fumbling from nervousness.
He squints his eye a little. I don't take kindly to liars. Have you forgotten that I saw your identification card?
What?
Did you forget you showed him your student ID?
Yeah,
Did I?
you did. Yeah, you did.
Oh my god. Sorry. This has been a lot, like I suddenly became transported to like your
I
mansion,
don't want
manor
to hear
place.
your excuses. Lie to me again, and I will kick you out. So we have an agreement?
I mean, in all fairness, you brought me here while I was not
If I
fainted,
didn't
so I didn't get
drag
consent.
your filthy, deadpan body with me, you would have become food for bloodsuckers. I think a thank you is in order.
Thank you, but also this is weird.
Agreed.
Get used. You get the distinct impression you, well, lost a little trust there. Might be difficult in the future. He turns around and he signs your name on the portrait. Well, that's enough meandering about. That's not why we're all here. Please, have a seat. Seems we have a very important topic of discussion. Well,
All right. Bella would say. Although I am curious what the topic might be about, if you wouldn't mind regaling us. She would say as she go and take a seat.
I too am curious what we might discuss.
Since we're on a
Well,
subject that's...
sit down.
This won't be good.
Also, Bella would make sure she would take a seat further away from Kazuki.
Oh my god.
Gotta keep the Lord.
Damien sitting, making sure he sits away from Kazi because
I'd cover
keeping an
myself
eye.
I
with
sit next to
Esther.
Damien. I sit
and
next to
Damien.
Damien.
Damien's gonna keep it's just
I sit
holding
next
the
to
strap
Damien
of
and just
his,
give him a
of his
smile.
sword. Damien's just holding the strap of his sword that's around him, like glaring at Kazuki because
Oh my.
he knows he's weird.
Hey, I got something for you, Terrakochi.
You know what? I'll just sit in a corner. My god.
Hold on, I got you something. Cook a little bit, bro.
I scoot over to Damien and I just touch his tie a bit. Like, oops.
What did you just say? Hold on, what did you just say?
All right.
Look, this was my idea.
Thank you, Terrakochi.
There's no way.
I was dying.
Damien's gonna squeeze
Honestly,
chair.
you give so many mixed impressions. It's funny. Character.
Damien's just scooting his chair away from him.
Dang it. Not again.
By the way, Terrakochi, when you press your finger to him, you feel such virulent life pulsing beneath the skin.
What?
Ooh. I'll get
Damien's
another
gonna
taste
smack
of you
his
later.
away.
Sleep with one eye open.
What are you doing and why are you even bother touching me?
Anywho, let's get to the
Have you looked in
discussion.
the mirror?
Let's get to the discussion.
Esther eyes
That was
the interaction between those two and just kind of like,
Don't worry, you can sit near me, Master.
No, I look over at Esther and lick my lips.
oh my
He's
god.
just Damien's gonna
By the
smack
way,
her.
Belle would, I guess,
No,
tap
Kazuki,
like
Kazuki,
Esther on the
Kazuki.
arm, pointing to a seat near her, away from Kazuki.
Damon's gonna make a deadpan face, just like, why am I sitting next to this man? Why is he here? Why does he exist?
Oh,
I take a sniff.
Honestly, Bella is a little bit
He's elbowing.
happier
No.
because for once it
He's
isn't her.
elbowing Kazuki.
She's never seen a man get, well, sexually harassed until today. This was an educational experience for her.
What does
This is
the
an old
smell
man
like?
too. That's the worst
You
thing.
all find your words dying in your throat preemptively as you realize that the man that is waiting to speak his piece is currently staring you all down with an appraising eye.
But
I
oh,
wasn't
yeah, I
saying
forgot
anything.
about you.
These are thoughts. So
Anyway, what do you got to say, big bro?
Oh my god. Yes.
No, I'm talking about big bro. What's up? Why did you call us there?
Well, for you, it's merely a grading of your performance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't need to look at me with those eyes. You failed horribly.
oh my god.
They look down,
yeah, he did.
sadness, and I whimper a bit.
Your blatant lack of discretion, your clumsy and frankly reckless actions. Honestly, I think the fledglings performed better than you.
Oh, take that back.
You had so much to say, so much to prove, and when I finally gave you the opportunity, not only did you fumble it, but you absolutely disappointed me. A shame.
I
Truly.
know. But
You think you can
it's,
hunt with this kind of attitude?
It's not my fault.
Hunt?
It was the women. They attacked me
Oh
for no
my
reason.
god.
You know,
You're
God,
blaming
I thought
civilians for your own ineptitude.
No, they are not civilians.
they're college students. You were literally pepper sprayed by college
They are the
students.
real enemies.
Esther originally felt sorry for him. I was considering to give him a ball to hug, but decides to keep the ball for herself.
Damon is just like pinching his nose because he doesn't even want to bother to hear like what the heck they went through with this man.
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm starting to think those women did the right thing.
I'll make up for it next time.
Usually I'd probably let off on it, but you blamed just a random woman.
They assaulted me. I was
The
violated.
fact that you felt violated and assaulted is appalling.
I am the victim.
Well,
I am a victim of misandry.
for the first
Just because
time,
my face looks like this.
honestly, for the first time, Bella would
I don't-
like be at a loss for words. The excuse she
you
just
don't
heard was
understand.
so horrible, and she felt more embarrassed even trying to understand what the hell he was talking about. It was a worthless like endeavor. She would just look at Bethel. Is there anything else that can be spoken of instead of just evaluating this? Because this is going to cause me a migraine.
You don't.
Wait,
I mumbled to
your
myself.
turn.
You don't understand what it's like to have a face like this. You've
Esther
always been.
pats Bellatrix's shoulder, like, it's okay. We'll get through this.
I hope so.
Damon's just silent.
We will.
No way, but like focus more to the conversation and trying to airing out whatever the heck
This is all
because
their
you can
fault.
say.
We're waiting. We're letting. This is the
Oh, wait.
Terracochi.
I'm beginning to fester hatred towards women. It's all their fault. It's the women's fault.
Bella would begin
Because
plotting
of them.
on where to get pepper
Because of
spray.
them. I embarrassed myself on my first mission.
Am
I'll
I
never-
allowed to
I will
bonk
never let them-
Terracochi with the bowl?
If you can get over to him
This is
without being
a
stopped by Beth,
this is a very private affair. He's calling him out, but it's
he's involving other
him
people.
specifically. You get the feeling it's not something you should butt your head in.
Yeah.
Forgive them.
My displeasure is increasing in real time, both in the session and in real life.
That's
Fourth
good.
wall.
Good.
Alright.
And I just
Anyways.
look down and look just dejectedly. I'll make up for it next
Well,
time.
enough of that. I suppose you can't fail any harder than this, because if you did, you'd be dead.
Maybe that's a better outcome than this.
Glad to see you can at least show some shame.
Yes. I've reflected on
We'll
my
have a
actions
talk
there.
after this. For now, he starts addressing everybody. You're likely confused and wondering why you're all here. Yesterday, you experienced something quite unpleasant. Something that most of you have not encountered before. A world you are not familiar with. Things that shouldn't be. Can you guess why I've brought you here?
No, we
Possibly
cannot.
discuss
We're
what
not
those
mind
things
readers.
might have been. Bella would ask.
Maybe
You've been brought here because you've seen something you shouldn't. Allow
Are you
me
gonna
to
get rid of
confirm
us?
all of your suspicions. You are not mad. You are not alone. And you are no longer innocent.
what?
The world,
Mad
as
alone.
most people know it, is a carefully curated illusion, a comfort, a lie of necessity. Because without this lie, civilization would crumble. Its very foundations would collapse. And the only reason why human society still functions is because of ignorance. But beneath it all lies a deep and potent darkness. It is hungry, ravenous, and it seeks to devour all of it. Some of us are chosen to see through that lie. Others are cursed. It's a matter of perspective, really. What you must understand is this. The supernatural is real. And it is not chaotic, not without purpose. It's ancient, organized, and in many cases, indifferent to our existence. But indifference can be just as dangerous as malevolence. A tidal wave does not hate the shoreline, it simply consumes it. Now that you've peered beyond that precious little lie, you will encounter creatures that mimic humanity. Vampires who manipulate economies and politics from the shadows, trading blood for obedience. Shapeshifters driven by instinct, rage, or madness, who see cities not as homes, but as diseased hives. Specters of the dead, bound by grief, guilt, or cruelty. And worse, things with no name and no origin we humans can grasp. Predators that think in symbols or speak through broken electronics and the whispers from beyond. Do not make the mistake of thinking you are fighting a war that can be won. This is not a crusade. There's no final enemy to slay, no great evil to banish with the right spell or bullet. If anything, people like me are just janitors, sweeping up centuries of rot, trying desperately to delay the next tragedy. But I do fight, not because I believe in victory, but because I believe in meaning. Because the life of a single child spared from possession is worth more than my comfort. Because a family that never learns what moved into the neighbor's house is still a family. Because suffering, unchecked, spreads like a disease. And we, by the burden we bear, it is our civic duty to contain it. As of the events of last night, you are no longer civilians. You are now unfortunate spectators who have learned a disturbing truth. And that truth is dangerous. It will isolate you. It will test your morality, your faith, your humanity. You'll learn to lie convincingly, to kill without hesitation. And someday, you might even find a beauty in the madness. There's no ceremony, no grand welcome. Oh, forsooth, you have been chosen. No, none of that. So I'm going to ask you, this is a choice that I offer you. My mercy. You have an option to choose. Many people do not. This is a courtesy I extend to you, and I want you to understand the depth of its value. For those of you who have never experienced the supernatural before yesterday, I can arrange for you to go back to your civilian life, to go back into that world of ignorance, to give up on whatever you've seen. I promise you, if you do decide that's the choice you want to make, I will respect it and I will help you with all of my abilities. I promise you, no one will know you were involved, and you can go on and live the rest of your life as you please. However, if the uncomfortable truths you've learned last night have awakened something in you, a duty perhaps, whether it be because you're afraid, because you think that you have some sort of honor or glory that you can gain from fighting these things, you think that you're willing to give up every single day, all the years you've lived your life, and dedicate them to the hunt, to fighting in this supernatural war, a war with no clear victor and no clear end. If you're willing to doom yourselves for this cause, I can also help. In fact, I can invite you to join me, because that is what I have decided to do. That's my purpose, my conviction. So ask yourself, before you take this oath, before you make this choice, before you receive your mark or badge or blade or gun or whatever it is, ask yourself, can I survive? Can I bear witness and still remain myself? Because the true price of seeing clearly is the slow erosion of everything you once believed was good, safe, and simple. If you're not ready to pay that price, pick the former. And if you're ready to stand against all odds and die, join me. I will give you all a moment to contemplate. Make your choice. You don't have to answer me right away.
All right. So, Isai, is there an order that you want us to go into on this, or?
It's like there's a heavy loftiness to his words. Cold, cruel, and crushing. They cut straight to the point, to the very bone of the issue. His eyes are merciless. His words cruel. There is nothing you can do to escape from this choice. It's either A, to live as you once were, a coward, a dejected soul, or to permit yourself the scant trace of hope to forge on through suffering and hell, and to perhaps catch a glimpse of what it was all for. Please. As of this moment, you all feel it. Chains of fate wrapped around you. Make your choice.
Right, well. Damien thought to himself for a moment. Compared to, well, the fledglings, the newcomers, he himself, well, he isn't exactly, well, normal like the rest of them. Them being, well, someone that seeks out much more mystical and does research on legends and just goes to discovery for relics and even owning, or not exactly owning, but having them locked up and watching them, studying them, and making sure that no one else messes with any of his relics, especially his favorites, or much more high tier ones. And, well, going on his journey on being, well, Bethel's little knight, the knight of this exact modern era, and with his very own old age, he already had made his decision, and is already ready to seal his fate. He's old anyway, and even though he'll miss his relics if he does die through this little dark and twisted adventure, he'll be fine knowing that he either played his part, or that he'll simply die doing what he loves. Looking directly at Bethel with a stern and focused face, that of a courage knight and young man, but also there is a hidden, elderly, experienced man deep down inside of him. I've already made my peace. At my current age, I may look young, but in reality, I am much older than all you may think. And I am ready to put my services to use. And with my blade, I made my peace dying long ago.
Are you sure about this, scholar? You're clearly familiar with the world of Moonlight. However, this isn't some dusty library. You're going to be the vanguard, to stand between those things and humanity. These are laws of the hunt. Are you willing to make that choice? Because the moment you agree to take my hand, your comrades will no longer support you.
I indeed understand that. And I may very much miss rather more of my relics and studying. I am still more than willing to offer my blade to you. Even in these dark times, I'm still willing to die for the cause. Like I said, I made my peace. I either die as a knight or I die in a much more gruesome and sad death.
I give him a nod, and then I look towards the others.
All right. Bella would be deep in thought. Her expression, honestly, didn't look so well. There was sorrow, deep anguish filled in her own eyes. She was a bit more pale than usual. This wasn't just due to Bethel's words, no. It was due to a jog of memory. She was recalling an event that had happened to her in her youth. An event that, ironically, connected to a few of his points. Of regret, anguish, hatred. She could not remember what it was that took everything from her, but she could never forget what it felt like. Its presence. What it did was unnatural, and what it took was something that could not be given back. She wouldn't allow that to happen again. Truthfully, if she had had the power then, she would have done everything in her power then and there. But she had nothing. So, after a few moments of contemplation, she couldn't help but crack a little bit of a demented smile. The thought of hunting down the very enemies that had ironically taken things from her, and yet also doing this to prevent others from experiencing the same fate as her. The same situation as she had. Not having to watch children have to come home one night to an empty house, live out on the street, to live out in an orphanage, and instead know that the children were safe. They got to live their lives with their families, laughing joyfully. They wouldn't have to be alone. She wanted that for others. Something she had not been given. Something she had to, quote-unquote, replace. If there was one thing she hated, it was the fact that everything had not gone as it should have. There were things that were hushed up. Things she could barely remember. But honestly, this moment did clear up a few of her own internal questions of what happened that day. She had looked into it herself, but she could never find proper evidence. But to hear that someone confirmed everything that she once believed gave her relief. She would look Bethel in the eyes. A bit of a mad glint would shine in them, from her perspective as well. I will join you in your hunt. Not just for my own endeavors, but also for those that are unlucky. And maybe, just maybe, to avenge those along the way. Although, I guess my main reason that I will join you on this is to prevent, let's just say, torn up families. That's all I'll say.
And now on to the last one. The one who has yet to make her decision, seeing as much as we would like to say that Kazuki would not join, would have a choice in this, we all know that he would barrel down onto the path once more.
It's already in it.
Of course.
Yeah. So all eyes turn to you, Esther.
Esther thinks back to all the moments that have led to this. The outbreak of students, Simmons, and the battle with the supernatural. And she thinks about it long and hard. But ultimately, she feels lost. And then she starts to think about other moments in her life, such as why she decided to become a nursing student and all that. Eventually, she decides to not overcomplicate things and looks at everyone firmly and utters, "I will do my best," and decides to accept going on this journey. Whether she regrets it later on or not is unknown to the current Esther, but all she knows is that she'll do her best to help the people that she can.
All right, so as you all have answered, you feel the chains of fate gently mixing round and round, and they free you. Yes. Congratulations, you have chosen the fate that will keep you alive. You all can feel a heavy weight lifting from your shoulders. Mortality has fled for but a moment.
Sorry, I missed a part. I switched calls.
Oh, Esther said
Oh.
that she's joining. They all agreed.
Okay. So,
And I was just saying that because they have all agreed, they have averted the fate of death that would await for them should they return to their regular lives.
hello? Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
This is the death mark. Choose, live or die.
Yes, it
Wow.
was.
Anyway,
There was,
okay.
an imminent fate.
So, he stands up. I apologize to all of you. While I presented you a choice, I was not entirely forthright. You see, I was speaking the truth when I said I would help you if you had chosen to go back to your normal lives. But I'm afraid that all of you are so entrenched in this world already that it would likely be impossible for you to escape. Still, I'm glad to see that all of you have such firm resolve. I'll take out a cup. My wine cellar is not far from here. I always like to keep a bottle on me.
Mhm.
From this moment forward, I would like to make a toast. Toast to all of you. From this moment forward, you all are dead. Whatever connections you may have had, friends, family, your dreams of the future, they have all died today. No longer will you be able to enjoy the benefits that come with those things. You are now a walking corpse, protecting humanity. I would like to do the honors. So he pours a drink for all of you. And he says an oath. I see the shadow behind the world, and I choose to face it. I swear to stand between the darkness and the innocent, to speak truth when silence would be easier, to endure what others must not know. Though I may fall, let my watch be remembered. By the grace of the Lord who art in heaven. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. We all have a drink with us, right?
Yes, he's giving you all a
Alright.
glass of wine.
I guess
I'm gonna
Bella
take
would
this.
take her own and I guess would down it, I guess. What the hell not?
Yep,
You
down
know, while you're drinking this beautiful red wine, you can't help but think that you're drinking your own blood. devouring what you once could have been. I suppose for most of you, the weight of that decision isn't yet totally clear. But it's there.
Congratulations. As you all toast to your drink, as you all, for a moment there, felt like you've avoided death, you all feel a heavier weight around your neck like a noose. You have invited a creeping death, one that you will actively engage, combat, and confront. You have all made an enemy of fate. You have all made a delicious rival of destiny.
Bet.
Alright, the mere feeling that she was feeling. She couldn't help but chuckle to it. Such a terrible fate. Oh well. I should have been dead already, if I have to be honest with myself, she thought. What's more to defying more of it? What's more to breaking these chains? Running about, correcting, let's say, small issues. Of course, I know there's no major issues that can be resolved on the spot, but a step is better than none, she thought, as she'd continue sipping.
Damien, even for like drinking down his own cup, he knows the fate of destiny on his shoulders, or more like on his neck, but he's fine with that. The only thing he's feel conflicted about is missing his own relics. Sure, he'll miss his fellow scholars, but mainly his relics. But just as he thought for, well, much more the younger people here, he's much more thinking about the next generation that will take care of those relics, and hopefully that they'll do a good job at it. He's actually fine with that. Compared to almost anyone else here, besides Bethel, of course, he's already made his peace long ago. He'll die at night, or more like a soldier, being the vanguard.
So,
Well, now that we've gotten all that dreary, stuffy nonsense out of the way, why don't we start our investigation? Our first official hunt as a cell. So let me relay the situation to you. As you already know, vampires are real. And they have their own secretive society. A cabal of billionaires in the shadows doing shady things, manipulating us, feeding off of us, and doing a lot more. One of those conspiracies has reached the Liverpool University. An organized group of powerful vampires has, for some reason, started distributing a special drug. You all have encountered it. You all have seen its effects. It is dangerous. Its true purpose eludes us for the time being. However, we cannot allow it to pass. We have some leads. Firstly, there's been activity at a certain club, which seems to be the focal point of distribution. Other than that, we have met some perpetrators. The man from last night, the one who ran away. He seemed to have some medical relation. Do any of you know who he is? I'm talking about the trench coat guy, by the way.
All right.
But who?
The
Mr.
trench coat
Harper.
guy. Revenant.
Oh. Bella would recall that man. I don't think that's a ordinary person for one. He was, if I remember correctly, well, to be honest, I'm kind of blanking. Some things kind of feel a little bit hazy after last night. I might have lost it a little bit. She'd say a little bit under her breath. But if I remember, he didn't look right. There was something off. But he was there for, was it Cynthia? Sai? Or what's her name?
Yes.
Yeah, a friend of mine named Cynthia. She was connected to a certain drug I was looking into. The one that I sent about on the net, so to say.
You mean the girl I had pinned to the ground?
I think so. Yes, that was her. I think she was connected to a lot of this, but I think he took her. Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember him taking the girl.
No, he not took the girl, but he was
No, I know what it
he
is.
was her-
Okay, no, it wasn't her. She thought. No, it was the syringe, the thing I had for the research.
the glass pipe.
Her memories were starting to resurface.
Mhm.
Yeah, when she went into that state, a lot of things turned really cloudy.
Got you.
That's what I'm going off
They-
of on this. Really
Copy.
cloudy. Like, all she remembers is the
Yep.
bloodlust, so.
Okay.
Honestly, I do
I
remember.
remember the Ratkin giving me a sample, right? I remember this.
Yeah.
No, you need a sample.
He did it? The hell?
No.
Well, honestly, I don't think it's too difficult to get another syringe. If you just go onto campus and you could easily talk to one of the teachers or professors there, I could easily do it myself. Well,
Sorry to butt in. There was a person who had ingested the drugs I think you guys are on about,
mhm.
and I have a sample of his blood if that helps.
Actually, that would help, since it should still have the effects of the drug in it. Although,
Yeah,
a
here you
pure
go.
syringe might also be good too, so I'll see about looking into getting one of them again.
What type of syringe? Like a 50 milliliters one, or like a how
It's
many?
the one they carry around. They all have one.
Oh, okay. Well, is the some of this blood sample? I've got plenty.
Well, yeah, the sample will definitely help. Should show what the drug's effects on the body are. Well, the blood cells.
I'll hand her a Ziploc bag to put it inside of.
Although,
Okay, here you are.
I'll probably
Bada boop.
search for the substance itself. It's a little bit easier to get a little bit more research done on what it's made of instead
Wait.
of what's mixed in with the blood.
No, we need to go to the source. It seems that the ones that are being sold this are young college students.
Yeah.
So, you two can use your cover as students to go to the club and act as our liaison,
Okay.
if you would be willing to take that risk.
Well, I won't lie to you. I feel a distinct urge to find that trenchcoat guy. Not sure why, but I think it's personal, so yeah, I'll go.
If we find the source, we're sure to find him as well.
Yeah.
The second thing on our agenda should be the student body.
Student body.
Indeed, the school does not lack funds.
Oh,
Such blatant use
the neglect.
of drugs.
Yeah, that was all. Usually they're more strict on this. I was sure of that, but this time around they weren't.
Indeed.
Even the teachers, I'm pretty sure, were mentioning it a few times.
I have asked my trusted aide, Lucille, sure you've met her,
Mm-hmm.
to send a letter to the chancellor of the university. After we get his reply, I will set up a meeting. I will go there as a donor. I will pretend that one of you, or perhaps someone else, a student, is a distant relative of mine. And I am worried about their safety and their health because of the drug problem.
Yeah, that
To
should
apply
work.
a little bit of political pressure here.
Mhm.
If they're doing it intentionally, they will be scared of an internal audit, especially if an investigation is opened. If they're being coerced, we'll find that out too.
Yeah, that should work. Yep. So I guess just me and it's Esther. That's who I'm going with on this side, Esther.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so me and Esther will go do our part, and then I guess you can go handle the board. What about the others?
If I may, if anything does turn south on your end, I could lend my, well, assistance if I could, if I can even find a way through the club.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you have
By
a
the
means
way-
of contacting in case we're far away?
Well, I do carry some means of technology.
Interesting.
I have a multitude of burner phones which we'll be using regularly now. They will be supplied to you in due time. For
Alright.
now, it is
You have a
important that we Sorry?
Sorry, do you have a laptop I could probably borrow?
You see him grimace for a second when you mention laptop, but he masked it as fast as possible.
Damon just gives a brow to him, but also like gets interest at like in his laptop.
Hmm.
You can ask Lucille on that front.
Oh, okay, that's great. Thank you. I just need a laptop for work, you see, and my other one broke, so.
And you just grimace at it like that, and then you say, "Ask Lucille," and then you see Esther get like the fucking war flashback face. I have to talk to her.
Kazuki, you and I will be going to the university.
We'll team up again.
Yes.
Alright. I'll do my best to not disappoint you.
Our preface will be that I am trying to enroll you
Me?
into said university through a back channel, which is why I'm willing to give a very generous donation.
Do you think they'll accept me? I don't look very smart.
You know, he has a good point. It might have to be a hefty donation to get someone, you know, who looks a little bit.
Could I
Feral.
get suspicious? Would you think that someone that looks like me studying?
No, it could be looped around, but you're gonna have to be in a formal outfit, put on a little bit of a air of manners.
I don't think I can do that.
Yes.
Then I really hope Bethel has a really good donation.
If you're that, or I
This
will
is
have
to
to
get
force.
you comfortable with acting. You see, in civilized society, we act like civilized human beings. If you can't do this, then I will no longer need your help on hunts.
I'll do it.
Good. Then we have everything settled. It is still... It's still midday. We have enough time. So I'll actually ring for Lucille.
All right. She comes in almost immediately. It only takes it takes exactly 1 minute on the dot.
Ding 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 ding.
Lucille, dear, I have come to an accord with our guests. They will become permanent residents.
I
I
assume
would
the
like
guests
you...
will be used much more recreationally then.
Does this mean I get a
Indeed.
new roommate?
The main house is empty anyway. Give them some rooms.
Mr.
Let them
nods her
choose
head.
eventually.
Oh, am I leaving the room I'm already in? Fellow would
If
ask.
you guys want to
You
stay
were
in the
in it.
guest house.
You guys were staying in the guest house. It's a separate
Oh.
building, like outside the main house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I would like you to get their paperwork in order. New identities have to be made, and death certificates have to be signed.
She nods her head.
When you go meet the old witch, hand her this from me. I give her the Ziploc bag.
She nods her head and she goes, "If Widowin is within her office, yes, but that's what I came to tell you about earlier this morning. But your venture into the artistic field kept you from hearing me." She holds out a waxen letter. Widowin is out on business in England. Well, out in London. Supposedly a large death has occurred.
That woman always has such unfortunate timing. Well, why don't you have our doctor check it out? I haven't seen him around lately anyway. Give
Owen?
him something to do.
Yes, Dr. Rockwell. Understood. As well, she does turn to look at you. That's another issue I came to speak to you about. His son has been talking about his long periods of seclusion. He hopes that you'll pay him a visit.
Sometime soon, I promise.
Of course. She walks out the room. And then she stops one last time. As well, as you have asked, I have looked into the Baltic Triangle's underground scene. It appears that she just holds up the small pamphlet. This shoddy attempt at a race, drag racing illegally, is a favorite pastime of those in Liverpool. As you already are aware, illegal speeding and racing, especially street racing, is very popular here in the UK.
When is the event scheduled specifically?
It's a night. It goes at 11. She looks at it. 11 p.m. is when the race starts. Exactly on the dot. Baltic Triangle, roughly. And she's going to tell you it's within a week. The entry requirements are as such. You need to have at least one letter of representation from one of the referees, as well as a legalized vehicle by their standards. Something fun, as they put it, customized. And most importantly, you must have an interesting donation for the pot.
The time is a little too short to import. See what kind of vehicles they have within the city that is appropriate. If we can't buy it, we should at least be able to rent it. And if it needs modification, so be it.
Of
I have a
course.
budget made for this.
And she steps out.
Also, oh wait, before she leaves.
Yeah.
Also, we need to provide burner phones and working laptops and desks for everyone.
Of course. I'll see what can be done.
Has a letter arrived yet from the university?
About the admittance appointment, yes. They'll
When
be
is it?
ready 2 days from now. Although they will tell you the actual booking and processing will be. She looks down at the letter. They told us that they'd be willing to meet you for an appointment 2 days from now. However, it might be complicated thanks to spring break. Meaning that they're most likely trying to forestall you for at least a week. Perhaps even a month.
Hmm. Is it possible to spread rumors about our very, very generous intent at donations?
I'll see what can be done. I believe
Thank
that
That would be
finding a member of their faculty won't be too hard. As she steps out the room, the door, right after she leaves, the door relocks itself all those dozens of times.
I was locking us in again.
Well, our schedule
Perhaps
seems
all
to
over
have
again.
been set already. I suppose tonight we can pay a visit to that club.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We could jump right to that club scene if you guys would like. I don't think it's in preparation for yourselves.
So, if we're gonna cut, then I would like to say that I would keep them in there in the room for a few hours as I give them a few lectures about, like,
by the way, before
base-
you go into this, I did have one thing to ask you, as Bella.
What?
All right, Bella would look at you for a second. Bethel, I have a question. Something I wanted to ask about.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
She'd sigh. There's a painting, one with that looks a bit old and is painted in red with a man praying, I believe. Do you know the one I'm thinking of outside your office?
Hmm.
His demeanor changes a little bit. It's a hint of disgust. Right, I forgot it was there. I could have sworn I asked him to remove it before. Don't worry too much about it. It's just family. History, I suppose.
History, you say?
Unlike you all, my history is a lot more sordid, and it dates back a little further.
All right. Well,
with that said, I would like to give you an overview, a short lecture, if you will, about rules and laws of the hunt. What we're going to be doing out there requires restrictions. When we're out on the field, anything can go wrong. In fact, you can almost bet it always will. In such situations, we must have backup plans, we must have contingencies. There's no such thing as being over-prepared. Remember, we're only weak little frail creatures that can die as easily as a bug being stepped on. You use your intelligence to hunt. Rarely does a physical altercation end with your success. Discretion is advised. We are fighting a war in the shadows. The moment that light is cast upon you is the moment you're doomed. Supernaturals do not like their existence being revealed. Hunting them is one thing, but we will make every single one of them our enemy should we reveal our existence. Out in the open. At that point, no amount of money or influence is going to protect us from being hunted down like dogs. That's why I gave Kazuki a failing grade. For an alleged hunter, he was far too reckless.
let's see. So are you saying we should just keep it more in the shadows, so to say?
Finding prey is a third of the hunt. Chasing the prey is the second third. The last stretch is actually not killing the prey. the last stretch, is covering our tracks. Because while we're out there hunting, finding prints to follow, we leave our footsteps in the mud as well. And the same way we're chasing footsteps in the sand, they're looking at our footsteps as well.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
yes, that does.
Understood.
Speaking of, what did I'm guessing the trench guy got away. Like, was he able to cover his tracks? Is that what he did
He,
to
dis-
prevent?
he disappeared into the city. Wherever he went, it's impossible to trace now. And even if we went there, we would be led straight to a den of beasts. Going there without solid preparation is a terrible idea. A suicide.
Okay, that makes sense.
We want them to fight on our terms, when we're ready. When they catch us off guard, we need to escape or to be able to adapt quickly. If we fail, that'll be the end of us. Now, when we're out there, like I said, the world is very different. I am your senior. I've been a hunter for a very long time, and I can tell you, most hunters do not even last a year. In fact, if you last a year, you're already considered a veteran to some extent. I have been a hunter for more than a decade. My experience is vast. My knowledge is little.
Let's see.
And even still, one mistake could have ended up with me and all of you dying last night. I've managed to strike a deal with that behemoth.
I'm sorry, the what?
It hates. He's talking
What?
about the 8-foot guy, the
No,
9-foot, like
Remember,
whatever.
everything's blurry from last night for her.
And Damon didn't even know.
Yeah, Bella's a bit more confused when you mention the behemoth. The what?
What?
Frenzy.
You found a
Besides,
giant?
besides the man in the trench coat, there was also an actual vampire in the building. However, something else got to it before I could, and it killed it quite brutally. I encountered this creature and I have roughly figured out what it is. It is a creation made by vampires, a slave, a construct, and it hates them perhaps as much as we do. Remember, not all creatures of the night are our enemies. Some we can influence with words. In fact, if it's possible to, I would recommend that to be the first option. In any case, I have managed to strike an accord. This creature will help us hunt down the perpetrators behind the drug problem.
Huh.
In return, we do not kill it, or hunt it, or alert others of its existence. A mutually beneficial partnership. And I promise you, should it hold its end of the bargain, it will be an invaluable asset. However, these things are finicky. Alliances are temporary. It is agreed to our terms for now, but who knows how long those terms will stand. That's why you must be careful. We must always be prepared for the worst scenario. I've already drafted a few things. Every time we go out with this creature, I will be there. Should it turn against us, I will handle it personally.
Very well.
Unless I am present, do not speak to it, do not interact with it, do not try to be alone in a room with it. Should it attack you, find an open field. Fighting it in enclosed spaces is a death sentence. You best hope you can run. In any case, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm just trying to instill a healthy dose of paranoia. Suspect that anything can kill you. Suspect that everything can kill you. It's better to be scared of your own shadow than to be ignorant and die to a fly.
So just be paranoid of everything and suspect everything.
Perhaps. Saved me thus far.
I'll take that to heart.
With that said, I expect you to be able to cooperate with one another. We are an organized group. While I don't intend to lord my authority over you, as an experienced veteran, I would ask that you listen to me and at least follow in my footsteps. Can we agree to this?
Sure.
And you can.
You are the one with, well, the experience. Be a bit stupid
Indeed.
not to.
Much more experience than I for these type of things.
Adel, Terkochi?
Oh. I will follow suit.
Sorry, what's happening?
Mystic just gave the
Right.
all right, so listen up. Healthy amount of paranoia. Just letting you guys understand the gravitas of interactions with these creatures. Keeping it secret is a must.
Yeah, that.
Lock in.
Uh-huh.
You know, you gotta lock in, keep your focus, not get distracted.
So, are you guys
Okay.
ready?
Yeah, we're ready. That's all.
All right.
Yeah,
So how you
I've
guys
got
getting ready?
balls to collect them all with.
All right. So
Yeah.
how you guys getting ready for the club?
So, I actually want to ask our two ladies here.
Mhm.
What level of nightwear are you comfortable in? Because I can go full skimpy or something maybe more modest, but you need to fit in. As long as you can do that, I'll try to get you anything.
Oh,
So our plan is to infiltrate the club. Since these guys seems to be selling the drugs to students, college students, my plan is to bring you two in to infiltrate.
got it.
All right.
So I'm going to be covering your back, but you guys are going to go there and be our bait, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
I do not care what you might pick out for me, although if there is someone who knows me there, I would recommend something a bit more moderate, but whatever works for the situation.
For me personally, if it's like a dress or a skirt, I want it to be around knee length, a bit higher maybe because it is a club, I guess. Yeah, I think that's about it.
I prefer pants or something compared to a skirt.
Rather modest, considering you're going to a nightclub.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's not too modest because
to be
it's
to be
seriously,
fair,
like,
no one's asked what kind of club it is.
I'm about to say,
yeah. Plus, I got hydro
Any kind
scalpels,
of
you know.
club. Unless it's a cab. No, even if it's cabaret. Unless it's a coffee club or some shit. Any club has skimpy shit going on.
which is true.
I mean, like,
Bella
yeah.
just
The
said
length
pick
of the
whatever you
skirt,
want for it, so
as long as the skirt is like just a bit above knee, that's okay.
Okay.
If
So
I
I feel like it's
may,
modest enough, but it's not too modest, like I'm out of place.
actually, I'll add something to it. If it's anything that is selected, at least make sure I can move around freely. I don't want to be restrained by whatever creativities you have,
Exactly.
especially since we have to consider your art in display.
Uh-huh.
And also, maybe something that doesn't get that, partner of yours a little bit riled up and distracted on the mission.
No.
Damon
Yeah.
just like
All right.
moves
Then.
away a little.
I apologize for him in advance. In
It's
any
fine.
case, that can be arranged. I will not be sending you in with any weapons. It's a sensitive thing. These
Mhm.
creatures are very sensitive to murderous intent. I'm going to send you in as infiltrators. I will be there every step of the way. Should something go wrong, I will help you.
Okay.
But you must be willing to trust in me.
All right. I have one question. Let's assume we do run into these creatures. Are they able to find us out on the spot, or are there key tells other than murderous intent?
It's too broad to say. There are many different types, and each of them have specialties, ways of finding out who you are, what or what your intentions are.
Okay.
That's why I say it's best to act natural.
Mm.
You don't need to find any specific things. All you need to do is go to the bar, have a little dance, pretend like you're getting drunk, and they'll come to you like moths to a flame.
Ah. Okay. I
Don't
see
try to
where we're
approach
playing
them. They
this
will
one.
approach you.
It's the pursuit of the hunt on their end. I get it. That's no problem on my end. What about you,
Right then.
Esther? Will you be fine doing this?
I'll try my best, you know. I'll try my best.
All right. As long as you're
Okay.
prepared.
And we'll give
I
you a
mean,
piece of
I'm hiding my
advice.
scalpels in my skirt, so I think I'm okay.
No. Don't bring any weapons. Don't bring
Yeah,
any
do
weapons.
not bring any weapons.
Do not bring any weapons.
Girls like.
Don't worry. If it ever comes down to it, you can always grab a glass and hopefully bonk it on the guy's head.
Pretty much, yeah, it's true.
Okay.
But anyway,
Your
anyway.
character too.
Wait, I'm gonna say something.
In character, I have some advice for you guys.
Think damn it. Oh wait, hold. Before you do give that advice, I'll let Damon will begin to like simply ask one simple question. If I may request, Bethel, may you offer a special case or a briefcase for my great sword here? I'd rather not walk around with it in public, and it only makes be fitting and not
Remember,
catch attention.
remember, just one thing important. You do have Pendragon. Remember,
Yeah, that's true.
Do you need to
you could
carry
just
that
leave
sword
the
around?
great sword
Excuse me.
somewhere and then just
Excuse
pop
me,
that.
but bringing such a conspicuous item into a nightclub does not seem like a very good idea.
Mystic. I didn't say he was going in. He was never going in.
You and I are going in.
Ooh,
Why freaking know?
you might just want to take the Pendragon with you.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go.
How are we
it
going
will
to
freaking-
protect them if we don't go in the club?
Yeah, do you just want to
You- there-
see
there
a
is
bunch
way.
of women get
All right.
kidnapped?
Like, I don't think you understand, bro. A vampire can cut their throat faster than we can run inside the damn club.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
unless
true.
they're the slow kind, and that makes it even worse.
I'd say,
Anyway.
yeah, like,
You know what's worse? Out
no,
of
that's
character on
mainly
this
for.
one. That game Mystic already gave me enough education of what might happen.
Yeah.
I'm more scared than
Between-
Adel.
Anyway,
I can say that
Older.
much.
Anyway.
So we are ready.
Anyways,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I have.
anyway,
Let Karna finish his thing.
anyways. Fuck.
Okay.
Yes, well, I was merely speaking that in general. Anyway, even out in public, even if we're not even exactly hunting, I would still have it well hidden in some way. Though I have other means.
Good enough, I suppose. Kazuki, come here.
Oof. Yes, master.
You have much to prove to me. But not just to me, to yourself. And to that girl.
Yes.
You only have one life. A life that someone has offered to ensure your own. Value
I
it.
won't, yes. I won't let you down.
I give him a pouch of money. About 500 pounds.
Oh,
My allowance?
wow! You gave him
No.
as you gave him as.
No.
Damn, bro.
Is this going to be a regular
When he
thing
says
or?
when he says is my allowance, I say no.
Oh. Wait, if I prove
Well,
myself, do I get rewards?
what rewards?
No.
I buy everything you use anyway.
Cheapskate. Anyway,
Well, you seem to fit in quite nicely with the homely folks on the street. They always know of the whispers that go around. Take that money and offer them as an act of charity. Ask them
this
for
is
some
not my money.
information. No, it's not.
Oh my. Fine.
He's sending you out to talk to hobos on the street for information near the club.
Oh
That's
my.
your job.
Uh,
However,
Alright.
unlike the rest of us,
what if
you
that
get to
do
keep
the
all
dirty
your
work?
weapons on you this time. In fact, I'm gonna be having you carry my swords and my gun.
Oh, bro.
Sword.
Yes, I have swords.
Is it hidden?
Ooh, sword.
Or I just
we-
walk
we-
around with it?
All right.
Obviously, you're not walking around with it. It's in a case.
How heavy is
with-
this damn case?
So with game plan figured out, y'all ready?
Yes.
Wait, one
Brr.
closing line. Remember, I have a closing line. Remember, I was waiting for this.
Okay.
Bethel looks to Bella and Esther. He offers a piece of advice, perhaps a golden piece of advice. These creatures are sensual in nature. No matter what kind I meet, they all have one thing in common: their hubris. Use that to your advantage. They see you as prey. That's all you will ever be. Use that to your advantage.
Very well.
All right then. With that ready, you all disperse into the manor, and we'll reconvene later as a large, a very nice sort of van parks a street down from Club Mandragora and opens up its doors, allowing the first group out, which of course will be the girls. Or did that go through? 1 second. I just copied this. Did it actually go through?
I'm very interested to see how Esther and Bella go through this. You guys don't disappoint me, please.
I'm like,
Was it out?
I'm looking for
That's a
something
lot
very
to live up to.
specific.
Everyone's ripped out.
Oh, this song's my favorite
Now.
song.
Before we continue, I just want to say one thing out of character. All of you, please lock the fuck in.
I'll try my best.
People.
Don't worry.
I'm locked in because my old man brain.
I'll interrogate
By
those
the
way,
as best as I
Are we
can.
going throughout this whole thing, or are we gonna take a pause? Because
Honestly, I'm taking a pause because, like, I'm assuming it's like maybe 3 hours. Maybe.
it's gonna take a while if we're
Okay.
doing this like locked in.
We're gonna take a pause through this, but I want to get at least some things out the way, okay?
Okay.
So, the first group, Esther and Bella, you two come out, and I'm gonna tell you, while you two were dressing modestly, Lucille came in to give you guys some espionage advice. So you two ended up a bit more risque or a bit more showy than you had thought you would normally.
I mean,
Okay.
Bella's not gonna care. She even
know, in
said
terms
outright,
of-
"It's fine."
Hair and makeup and a lot, you two are given much more of a gothic kind of twinge. Really runny mascara, really pale foundation, very doll-like.
All right. By the way, Bella's gonna look at her nails. Are they painted at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. She would say to herself.
I'll put it this way. You know, like Moxie from Borderlands?
Yeah.
That kind of aesthetic.
All right. Okay.
So, this music, you guys can hear loud, pumping bass music.
Oh yeah.
All the way from even though you guys are already a street down.
All right. Bella would look at Esther. Well, I guess we look the part. So, I guess we just gotta act the part.
Yeah. This is. I think our feet are gonna hurt a lot at the end of this. These heels are very tall.
They are.
Indeed. Well,
Rest
I
in peace,
guess I'll-
uncles. Rest in peace.
Esther's like, I swear to God, if I fall over, I will die.
it's all right. If you fall over, I'll cover you. Or I will do my best to make a bigger scene than you are. Simple as that. And I promise you, I'm probably going to
thank
make a
you.
scene.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
playing the part of a woman trying to get people's attention. I may as well go all in.
All right.
As times after this,
She'd giggle.
I have some skill in massages, so after this, let's definitely go to like a spa or something and chill.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
All right. So the two of you cut across the sidewalks through the throng of, you see already, tons of students going in and out.
All right.
So with you guys walking towards it, the guy at the front, the bouncer, looks at you two, looks you both up and down. You two here for the event?
Yes, actually. She'd say with a bit more of a interested smile. She seems a bit excited, more than you would expect from Bella.
He gives you both a look. This large man, roughly about 6'3".
Mhm.
All muscle. He looks at you two. Go on then.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetie. She'd walk by, patting him on the shoulder.
He just you know what? I'm sorry about this. I'm gonna roll real
I don't
quick.
care. I don't care.
Yo, you get spanked hard.
Ooh.
Oh,
And then he puts the velvet rope behind you two as you guys go through the door. The inside is a lot more demure than you think, with multiple elevated platforms, which have like small wrapping around stairs, which have tables at the top. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a very strange kind of layout.
Yeah. All right.
And there are, in the very middle of everything, you see this band playing with a female singer whose voice just seems to draw people in.
Oh.
Hey.
There are drinks being served. You see as well, besides these nice, elegant kind of area, there is a very visual cut down through the floor, which goes about 2 levels deep, and that's where all the main people are. The whole massive dance floor. Everyone's swinging it.
All right.
And then there's the floors above, which have throngs of people coming and going. Out of the 2 areas, the one up top seems to be the seediest. All the fancier tops are on this level. You see a few people. In fact, you think you see some of the school faculty here.
Well, could go up there, but I'll also be recognized most likely. How about you, Esther? What do you want to do since this is our little night?
I want to go up to the bar and order a drink,
Oh.
and then go to the dance floor and discreetly dance while eyeing the other people in the club.
Okay.
As simple as that would be, Esther, I do recommend we try to keep our guards a little bit supposedly down. I'm sure
Well,
if
I
they really
agree.
wanted to do something, they would have. So we just need to put up with the guys. That way, they'll be a little more drawn in. If you're on guard all the time, they might notice.
But that's exactly why I'm dancing on the dance floor.
You'd be surprised.
Because
I mean,
as you
I'm for
spin
your
around,
idea.
you know.
May as well do it. I just recommend don't be a little bit too cautious.
I'll take your advice. Yeah.
Yeah. But do keep some caution on your drinks, though. I do know some
No
of my
worries.
friends have been, let's just say roofied.
The bartender, you can see the current bartender on duty is a woman with a almost Egyptian look to her.
Huh.
Yeah, very a bit of a foreign look.
All right.
Okay, well, now that you guys are here, the second group from the actual van is going to come out, which is going to be Mystic, which is going to be Bethel and Damien.
Y'all better not fumble, bro.
All right, you two. Your
worry,
first
we just
obstacle. Your first and only obstacle.
I took
Getting
the
through
bullet
the
to the
bouncer.
ass. Y'all got this.
If I can do it, you can too, Carta.
Oh no.
I can promise you this one, Sai, I'm probably going to give a whole different impression of Bella after this night.
Oh,
Well, you look quite different. Wearing nightwear, my friend. You seem stiff. Relax a little.
I'm just not used to this. Been a while. He's like, his eyes like slightly twitching.
Is there a line or anything we gotta wait through, or is it just
No, the line moves just really quickly. The bouncer just seems to randomly reject certain people. Perhaps
Alright, as
one
we
or
queue
two.
up, I flash him a womanizing grin.
Oh, hold up! He tells you, hold up. He looks at you, especially pointedly. Have I seen you before?
Is that your paltry attempt at romance? Please.
No. He looks at you and he says, I work another security gig, I swear I've seen your face before.
What can I say? I have a very recognizable face.
Yeah, but not anything about it for a moment. Alright. You just having fun tonight. Keep it that way. And he's gonna, and he pulls up the velvet rope. Get on in.
Thank you, good man.
Oh gosh.
Alright, and he looks at you. You going or not? He points over at you, Damien.
I will. Like,
Well,
just
come on,
immediately-
man. You can't keep sulking like this forever. What will your wife think?
He puts
Damn, dude.
the man, the bouncer, like, gives, like, a weird look, like a grimace at the idea of, like, the wife notion, and he just really clicks it down. You hear him say, freaking baby-faced.
He just
Get
he
to a
goes off
pipe,
for like
bro.
a
Get to a pipe.
What's with that face? My friend here recently got his cherry popped. Isn't that a good thing?
Oh.
He just waves you guys off.
Yes. Damien's just like, yeah, real exciting. Before he just like ends up like following,
Yeah.
Bethel.
Once
I
you guys
told
get-
you, man. It's supposed to be a simple thing. You go in, you go out. How did you end up getting that woman hitched anyway?
Long story.
Just say there was too much
No,
link,
it's
bro.
the bouncer
So
just is to watching the
long
line.
story.
I'm thirsty. Let's go get a drink. What do you say?
As you go up to the bar, you also see that same woman as well as your two cohorts. Both parties of you guys seeing each other get separated by at least 5 people on stools between you.
Any
The
good-looking
woman-
women?
Yeah, no, the bartender. When I tell you Mystic, like, good Egyptian bloodline right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
but she's Egyptian. A little bit of a debuff.
She has her hair in a black ponytail. She's wearing a female tux, like similar kind of dress, like suit for like her bartending. She looks at you all. Lullaby.
Who's you all? I thought we were on different areas.
I'm
So, yeah, I
saying,
thought we were
so
on
she's the way that she's moving. She's very clearly able to. Well, here's the thing: a single bartender will address everyone at a bar,
Okay.
like because you all are different customers to her.
Yeah.
She's gonna charge you guys in pen anyway.
Can I have the strongest bottle, please?
She looks at you,
Eh?
hun. I don't think you know what you're asking for. Are you
Uh,
sure?
Yeah, I'm planning to get really drunk, so I had a tough test. What can I say? I need to drown all my sorrows.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been stressing herself out for a few weeks. Maybe even months. So,
I'll help,
let her
I'll
drink
help
whatever
you.
she wants. Although, for
Help you.
me, I'd like something just to liven up the mood. Whatever you think
You
would be
sure?
best. Oh, of course.
Some bottled courage.
Of course. Whatever works.
Coffee. What about and she'll see. What about you two gentlemen?
Oh, whiskey on the rocks, please.
Do you have any? Well, do you have any vodka?
Of course. Two standard options for two standard men that are probably here because their standard opinions got girls running away. She finishes up your guys' orders. I will tell you, the way that she moves is very unique, especially when it comes to mixing. Her decanter and everything else, everything that she has looks very different from your standard. All her equipment looks almost scientific, or perhaps even slightly occultish.
Oh, damn.
So Esther leans over the bar and with her fists on, with her chin resting on her fists, and she looks at the bartender and asks, "So, how long have you been bartending?"
I've been bartending for 6 years. By the way, her mixing jar, like her mixing ones, you see they look almost like cornucopic jars.
Oh.
She pours it out and just simply says, "Yep, for 6 years. And before that, I was just living in Cairo."
Oh. What was it like in Cairo before you came here, I'm guessing?
Sandy. A lot of learning. But thanks to that learning, I'm very good at bartending.
Oh. So I take
Let's
it there
just
was
say
a lot of bars down there?
Cool.
I'm good at mixing things.
Well, damn. You mix
Hmm.
cocktails like you're mixing feelings. Mine, specifically.
Of course, of course.
Interesting skill.
She nods her head at you with kind of a laugh, and she goes, "I hope that these drinks help you loosen up so your pickup lines can get just a tad bit better." But
Oh,
that was a
no,
cute
he might drink enough to the point where anything sounds better. Never
And then
know.
she
You know,
so
if you
This is a-
keep serving looks like that, I might forget how to walk.
she pours out each of your drinks. For you, Bella, you get a drink that you've never seen before. It's almost like a pale, goldish yellow.
All right.
And as for you, as for Esther, you get what you ever seen? Like a fishbowl glass.
That is wild.
Okay.
You ever see one of those massive fishbowl glasses?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, like the really wide ones.
Yeah,
Oh.
huge.
The huge, like it takes both hands to hold the damn thing.
Oh wow.
Man, you're quite the goer tonight,
Uh,
aren't you?
And you see inside, it is a beautiful purplish black. It looks almost like you see like twinkling lights on there almost. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright.
I grab the glass and like admire it as I'm put it underneath like the lights, just watch it sparkle.
Yeah.
I take a sniff of it. And is it possible if I could use my poison skill?
Sure.
What else can I use? Is it just the poison that I'm using to roll? Or
I would. So what are you trying to figure out?
I just want to have a sniff of it and get a general sense of if
Okay.
it's going to be
I
toxic.
would say roll me intelligence then, and that
Okay.
intelligence.
So
And
poison
Yeah,
and
she got
intelligence.
a 10 out of 10 before. She could hopefully can do it now.
yeah, she gets all 10. She gets all 10s, and I'm just like, okay, so you know every,
Clutch.
chemical atom on this damn.
Clutch.
So that's 3 intelligence and 1 poison. I'm not liking my odds. I'm going to be honest.
Right, let's see it. You can do it.
That's it. Clutch.
D10.
Oh man, she's gonna be clutching down with another bottle.
Where is
Let's
it?
Hold on.
see.
Roll. 3. Oh, wait.
Where are you typing it?
Yeah, where are you
4.
typing?
4 D10.
Go.
Oh, I see
Let's
where.
see. Oh shit!
7,
She
8,
clutched.
10,
She
3.
got 4 successes.
Well, bro, she has another
Damn.
10. I knew it. I called it.
Yeah,
I thought she could get another 10.
8. Fucking, we should know. Yeah, cultivation. I keep my friends keep botching, but I roll 10s.
Oh damn,
I
bro.
knew she was going to get a 10. I knew she was going to get a 10. I'm like,
So
"You're gonna get
as you give it a sniff,
Luck path right there.
you pick up traces of surprisingly orchids, lotuses, a lot of herbs are in this. Milk seawort, stuff like that. A lot of heavy perfumed herbalistic, very similar to things such as a bolus or Chinese medicines. The whole concoction is roughly I'm just gonna put it as, about what's it called again? What is that alcohol called? The Green Fairy? The one the one's
Gin?
made entirely from herbs.
No, it can't be gin.
No, it starts with
What
a
else?
it was the first ever medical alcohol. What is it again?
You don't know.
Yeah. You have to drink it with sugar cubes in order to actually drink. Yeah, absinthe.
Oh.
So it's almost like just a very, very floral absinthe.
Okay. I basically chug it down.
Oh shit. Roll me stamina flat.
Wait! Why do I have to roll to drink it?
So he's gotta roll stamina.
Bro, that's
it.
because you drank a whole thing of a fishful of alcohol, bro.
Are you drinking the whole thing?
I'm
Said you did?
acting, okay? I'm acting as a college student who's going through like an exam heartbreaks. Of course I'm gonna drown alcohol.
Of course you got it.
I think
Do
this
it.
is a little bit more than acting.
I think this
Yeah,
is
but
an act of coping.
No. Let her cook. Let's see it.
I'll
Okay,
drink
so
some
what do we
after
do?
she's done too. You know what? I'll down mine too. Let's do it.
You are rolling just stamina.
Just stamina!
Yeah.
Just stamina.
That's unfair.
1.
I spelled this over
One.
2.
It's not.
By
it's
the
not.
way, my reaction is gonna really depend on how well she does here.
Okay, so am I allowed to use some points into stamina?
Like XP right now.
Yeah, I've only got 2 in
I don't think you
stamina.
got
I'm
enough
not
XP for
You
that.
know what?
I highly doubt you have enough XP for that.
You do not. Don't do
I'm
that to
sad
yourself.
No.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do you have the XP?
So I've got the one from the 12th that you gave me. Where you said me and Kana gets extra 1 XP, so you said both 4, and then I got the what XP there, so 5, I guess.
And how much stamina do you have?
I've got 2.
Then you couldn't even afford that.
You can't.
Oh,
All right, so
fine.
roll. So you know what? Because you are chugging it, I will let you add athletics to this.
Oh,
How the
boy.
fuck?
Okay.
It's technically a strenuous activity. It counts.
Hey,
Do
it
you
should
even
be
have
your
any?
gut?
expression.
That's your endurance, your body's endurance. Not what?
I mean, or if you just try to choke it down, let me think. What else could she really use? I guess
How
she
about
technically could.
dexterity?
She could use
How about
expression.
dexterity? Because I made dexterity
You
with
can't
fast,
have
you know?
dex and stamina. It has to be
You can't have an
stamina
attribute. So, you know what? Let me
How about-
think.
Maybe awareness.
How about
How,
science?
how are you coming up with
Because-
these rolls?
Let's say, yeah.
How about
Awareness.
science?
No. There's
Because
a reason
I-
for that one.
You know what? I'm gonna ask for stamina and poisons.
Stamina and poison. Like, poison's only 1.
I know. I'm being gracious by even letting you do that.
How about herbalism? Because it's a herb.
All right.
Fine. You know what? If you really want to, sure.
Listen, Adel, if you go down,
It's your
it's
knowledge. It has nothing to do with you. Oh my god, bro.
fine. Listen, we're just trying to
Cool.
push for.
Mystic.
Nah, bro. Nah, we gotta suffer. We all gotta suffer equally.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
justify
Right.
it. Really justify this.
Hey, listen,
You
Alright.
Adel,
said
Alright.
no matter what, I'm going down with you, bro.
Let's see it. I'm ready for this.
Let's see where this
Okay.
goes. I hope it's a botch.
So stamina,
Oh,
stamina is 2,
Oh, come
and
on.
herbalism is 2. So that's 4d10.
And yeah, let's see
You
it.
got a 40-10 chance. You better hope you pass.
Motherfucker!
Holy
God,
fuck!
oh my god.
Alright. Okay.
How does he go?
After you
You
drink
can't keep
this
getting
down,
away with this.
so as you drink it down, Ariel, you feel so amazing. Esther
I get
feels
superpowers.
great. In fact, you feel so amazing. It's as if you just took a complete rest, so your willpower is refreshed.
What the?
Oh, damn, bro.
What the fuck?
Bro, I'm about to
and
kill
the-
myself, bro.
Yeah,
The rest of
Bro,
you,
Hold on.
and
Oh, I
I'm
got
not
something
done
for
yet.
this.
No, and then you all see Esther fall onto the ground asleep.
David's gonna lean
Alright,
back.
Bella's gonna look at Esther. Look at her drink, sigh, and say, "Well, two's for a tango," and would proceed to down her own drink in one gulp.
Yeah, so Esther is technically unconscious.
Doesn't matter. I'm joining her. I'm going in, downing the whole thing. Gal pals to the end.
Alright.
Alright, roll.
Thank you.
Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna use the bullshit power of poison resistance.
Roll.
My claim is that alcohol is poison. Or whatever is in it.
The bartender looks at Esther with a, "You will take care of your friend, won't you?"
Mm-hmm. She's
course.
drinking it.
Oh, no. Adel, Esther fell unconscious.
Yeah, you're unconscious.
Yeah, no, you succeeded. You succeeded for all the positive benefits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shoot.
then now you're hammered.
Yeah.
You asked for the strongest thing I had. And this
Yeah.
is the positive roll.
I
So-
thought for sure my vaccinations and all that good stuff would
My
be okay.
vaccination that failed me. So, all right, let's see what you rolled. What'd you get, Salter?
I didn't roll yet. I was asking what you want me to do.
Roll.
Stamina. So I would have you roll flatly
Just
because
stamina.
of what the. Yeah,
Nah, bro. If you're gonna give her favoritism, I want to do athletics.
fine. You don't fucking go for it. I don't
All right.
mind. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
I'm going for the 60-10.
I'm ready to see this.
5-1.
Hey, don't forget, I have poison resistance, so can I use that too?
No.
What the fuck you mean? I can't.
Aw.
It's a
You can't use
physical.
poison. You
Six
can't use
ones.
poison. You can't use poison resistance until
Is it
poison.
technically because
kicks in.
alcohol's
Hey,
not poison?
alcohol is technically a poison because of the ethanol.
All right, now roll. Roll.
Doesn't
why are you
matter.
rolling that?
10, 5, 9, 2, 1. Oh man, I got 1-1.
Stop, drop, and
Damn.
roll.
All right, so you got
Stop, drop,
two
and roll.
successes. So after drinking that, It had a nice like orangey tang kind of taste,
Woo.
as if you're sitting on a beach. And the next thing you know, you feel a little bit numb to terror.
Hey,
You feel a
expected.
bit more confident in tonight.
Hey, that was the plan. All right. Am I able to do anything now? Like, can I move?
I mean, yeah, you can move just fine.
All right,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna-
have an unconscious friend on you.
I'm gonna go and grab Esther, pick her up over my shoulder,
Wake me up! Wake me
laughing.
up!
You know, actually, I'll try to shake her awake. Let's see if I can do anything about this. It's not
Can
gonna
I roll
succeed,
to
I'm
wake
sure.
up?
Oh no, you wake
Can I
up.
ro-
You
Okay.
wake up eyes wide, as if you just had the best sleep of your life.
Bella's
I
just
proceed to
laughing at
jump
you.
up. I proceed to jump up from his
Ah.
arms and stand on the bar table.
Oh, by the way, you are still. The best part is you're still trashed.
Exactly. Trash me while jump on the bar table.
What about the boys at the
Whoa,
come
whoa,
on,
whoa,
come on,
Esther,
come on,
Esther.
come on. We're
But yeah,
No,
we're
no,
being
no, shut
we're being
up, shut
avoided
up,
here.
shut up.
We need
to
our
be
I need
fair
my
to the
whiskey.
I don't
player,
care.
his fans are,
Hold
I'm thinking
on.
about
These are
vodka.
the girls. Girls night
So-
out. Esther,
Girls night
Esther.
out. So
Be
for the
careful up
boys,
there, she'd say.
so
Laughing.
the vodka that you get is a deep brown. Actually, it's not clear. It smells almost more like cognac.
Hmm.
While for you, Mystic, the actual whiskey is a bright green.
Come on, be honest. You're the real reason people keep coming back here, aren't you?
No, it's not me. It would probably be for, and she smiles at you. It'd probably be for them. And he points. She points up at. You see groups of like 3 university girls up at the upper level.
Oh, damn.
Poor
Hmm.
taste, in my opinion. I prefer something more refined.
I'm sure you do.
Man,
Oh, I'm trying to flirt here. Can I roll
more
to flirt,
clothes.
actually?
Sure.
Hey, it's gotta be expression, bro, and it's gotta be wits. Only way.
No, hell no.
Expression
I
and
believe
wits. Do it to him.
I think
No,
actually,
no,
I think
no.
it's appearance and I think it's
What is he rolling for? What is Bo rolling for?
and I think it's appearance and there's a few ways of doing it. I think appearance and empathy is one.
Nah, it's gotta be all
I'm
about
gonna,
expression.
it's gonna be appearance and etiquette.
Oh.
Also, I get bonus for this because I have sexy.
You do.
No way,
You
this
does
bro.
have sexy. Yeah, that's a merit on there. That is.
No way, this bro
Sexy.
is trying to one up. Well,
Okay, let me see what
Alright.
it does real quick. So,
nah.
you gain a. Okay, so I have how many dots do I have in this? Okay.
It happens. Bethel's flirting like this, and then he feels Eliza's presence just like in the universe. And he's like,
I
"Oh
have 2
no!"
points in it. Okay, so I'm allowed 2 extra dice.
Yeah.
I bet. Okay, let me roll this.
Roll it, boy.
So it would be appearance and etiquette. So how many is that? 4, 3. Where's my fucking? Bro, I'm being a lunatic. Looking for my phone while I'm holding it. It's crazy work.
I've done that before. It sucks.
Don't fail me, risk gods. Motherfucker! Nah, what is this?
You get one
What is-
success.
What is this?
One is success,
Nah.
dude.
So, actually, you know what? I will lower the difficulty to a 5.
Nah. Nah,
No,
don't.
he do be sexy.
No, no, no. No.
No,
So
no.
anyway, shh, guys, shh. She laughs at what you say. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd think you're serious. Come on.
I'm just wondering. You don't seem like you would fit into the club life. So, I'm just curious how you ended up here.
I could ask you the same thing. And she's actually tells you, I have a number if you need it. You know, for private catering and mixing.
Ooh, interesting.
Don't
Look
mind
at
if
you,
I
you
do.
adulteress.
As for why I'm here, well, club's not really my scene either. You got me there. But my buddy here, I tapped Damien on his back.
Damien just makes a small chuckle. Take it off.
He's getting married. And, well, we're just here to have a little bit of fun before he gets tied for the rest of his life. You know how these things go.
She slides you her private little number. Do you want to look at it?
Of course.
Looks like I'm not the only one who'll be lucky today.
Nah, what is this? What is this? I should have known. As soon as you said it, I should have known. Oh my god. I'm getting a little bit more than lucky tonight, boyos.
Oh, is that so?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wait, what happened?
Of course. I can never start flirting, bro. I swear to God, it's the Riz gods have cursed me. Oh, by the way,
She
did the
nods
music
her
cut?
head.
Did
No,
the
it just has a silence period for this particular track. It's meant to have that.
Okay, bet.
She just stares at you with an expectant grin, and she says, "I hope that you'll consult my number if you need any assistance. You have a certain je ne sais quoi, you know? And if you don't like the comments I've written on there and they mean nothing to you, you're free to discard them. I could just be thinking things, but I feel like you and I have met before. You know? You just remind me of someone, actually. You see,
Speaking
I
of
met this
which,
big wig a while back. He didn't give me a name. I met him while I was in Egypt, and he said his name was... What was it again? Well, he called himself Jackal. You remind me of him a bit.
I knew it was too good to be true. Well, if I may compliment you one last time, you seem quite good with your hands.
Like I told you, she smiles. I'm simply acting on a hunch. If those words mean nothing to you, then she moves a little bit forward to you. I would love to make you feel something else.
Let's
Bro. Davey's just gonna drink down his own the vodka.
In fact, I would very much hope in that case that what I wrote sounds like complete and utter gibberish.
You know, I wish the same. It would have been a hell of a night.
Yep. In which case, she smiles at you. It looks like you'll have a different kind of hell of a night. Sorry, instead of the two of us wrestling in bed, I think you'll be busy following after another.
Yeah. He gets a little bit more somber. Speaking of, how has he been?
Apparently, she looks at you. I met the guy. You know, he had he had his friend with him. Singular. One person.
That's odd. There should be. Well, never mind.
He seemed down the dumps, apparently. Some terrible thing happened. I'll tell you.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't really know him that much that well. He's the one that she just waves her hand off. He just simply told me what he was after a while, you know? That special kind of guy that only comes into your life once in a while. Like I said, the fact that you know him tells you I need to know too, but I heard rumors. I didn't really know guys like that exist. Or people, for that matter. She opens up another one of her bottles, and she looks over at the dancing, the dancing and trashed Esther, and says, "Don't worry about her. I told you what I said. I gave her my strongest batch. No hangover. She'll be fine the next day too."
Wait, who's she talking to?
She's talking to Bethel.
Oh.
Yeah, she's still talking to Bethel.
And points over at Bella next, and her, like she asked for, liquid courage.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. Although it is difficult to explain to people what they actually drank. I mean, I don't think that your friend would ever want to drink here again when she learned that what she actually drank was a form of powdered crocodile liver and
You
preserved
don't need to say
ghoul
that.
brain. But,
Wait, who?
is what it is.
Yikes.
Wait, who?
As well as literally the heart of a hippo. But, what she doesn't
No.
know won't
Serious.
know it. Actually, she looks at you dead in the eye. Would you believe me if I told you that part of that mixture was ground down molars from a dead man?
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to test out that theory.
You don't even want to know about the wet ingredients.
Can I dance on the bar table, please?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Yeah, we're
You know,
Okay, because I was waiting
I
to
must ask.
I was waiting to do that, and
Yeah.
can I do dexterity and athletics? Because I'm gonna
Yes.
not bump over anybody's drinks and stuff.
100%.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
So that's 3
Is she
dexterity
close to
and
us
2
still?
athletics.
Yeah, she's literally right there.
Yeah, if
she
she
botches,
falls,
Oh
she
she's
my God.
falling
fucking
on y'all.
kicks you.
Or she
3,
falls on me. It's one of the
4,
two.
5, D10.
Let's see her luck
Oh!
continue.
A 7. The only
Wait,
saving
let me
throw.
see.
One success.
Bro,
one
she's gonna
success.
fall on me.
But
Hey,
she
it should be
almost
difficulty of 8.
stumbles
She's
off.
wasted.
She almost stumbles off, but manages to save it with a heel turn into like a shaky kind of like set of steps.
She's not gonna fall on me, is she?
The bartender, a few of the people try like guarding their glasses from her rampant stomping.
Damon's guarding that his vodka. He ain't letting that slide.
She starts gathering a small crowd of people
Yeah.
who just wants to do all the commotions about.
So they're not just surrounding her, they're surrounding us as well, since we're literally close to her.
You know what?
Yeah.
5 people down.
You know what? Let's do even better, bro. We're gonna
I'm
have
not
a
done with my
fucking tango.
conversation yet.
Screw your
You guys are
conversation.
caught.
Oh my
You guys
God.
are caught
Not
watching
even-
me.
Bro,
We don't care
dude,
about
you're not
you
getting that
women.
conversation. You're not getting that
Conga
conversation.
line.
Nah. We're
You're
done.
not
We're
getting
done.
that.
I'm going up. We're doing the tango.
All right, roll me 2. Roll me your dexterity
Me?
and
All right.
performance.
Slide to the right.
Hold on.
Slide to the
I
left.
don't have any performance,
Let's
bro,
go.
but I got that 40-10. Let's see how I do.
Oh my God.
Can I do athletics instead of performance? Because I have to get up there.
Sure, it was more of a task for you.
All right.
Bro, I
So
want to do something with Damon.
let's see.
Damon's gonna look at
70-10. All right. I have a chance.
Can
There's
There's
I
no way.
dance
There's
with,
no way.
Can I do the cha-cha slide, please?
Okay. I got
Sure, you
It
can
was
do
a
the
9,
cha-cha
a
slide.
8, a 10, an 8, a 1,
It was
a
in the
5, a 2.
2000s, so it's
So I
okay.
should pass.
Yeah, you do.
All right, now let's
So
do
the two of you are
fucking tango, bro. We got this.
the two of you do a
Two women.
drunken tango.
On the bar. We're going
Yeah.
in.
The bartender has
missing out.
is guarding her eye objects and just goes, "All right, I think you two have had enough."
All right.
We're so good that people throw monies at
All right,
us.
now I'm gonna attack the bartender.
What?
Okay. What? Wait, what?
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
No, I'm
Wait,
not
what?
doing
Chocolate.
that.
Repeat that. What are you doing?
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I'm about to say. I was about to say. I
Take it
grabbed-
seriously.
would have told you.
No,
I
I'm not
grab
doing
a
that.
nearby bottle of alcohol and
Ooh.
start splashing.
What is she doing? What is she doing? What are you doing?
I grab a nearby bottle of alcohol, shake it a bunch, and then I open the cork and splash everyone with it.
The bartender just
Are you,
looks
where are you splashing it? Like just
all over the
speak
place, all
with
over
everyone.
Everyone.
On
I
the
hold
bar
it like a
table, I
double
just
shot.
splash it around. And we all start to cheer and laugh and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm just there.
Oh no,
Exactly.
Wasted.
Damien's just gonna look at
The bar
freaking
gets all
Bethel with
the
a
bar
dead kind
gets
of
even
grin,
more
like,
rowdy, and I'm just there
"This-
drunkenly
remind me
dancing.
why. Remind me why we let them. Like as he says, like he's just gestures his head, like directing to
Hey.
Esther and Bella.
Oh.
You're looking at the wrong thing. It seems we've caught their attention.
As planned.
Exactly.
You're right about that.
Ooh.
You know, I don't often say things like this, but I talked to the bartender. I've only heard rumors about you people as well.
She tilts her head at you. What do you mean?
I thought you all went extinct.
She looks really confused by that statement.
Could it be? Have you not been inaugurated?
No, wouldn't. She looks at you. I didn't realize that those of the Hermetic religion were so important to you.
Oh yeah.
I thought that those that practiced alchemical distillation like myself were a bit more common in English hunter compacts.
I think you're getting a little confused.
I think you're getting confused. She really puts off, I am a disciple of the elixir.
You really don't know.
Huh?
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. She just looks at you and just says, and by the by, hate for something bad to happen to you. You're charming, and you're pretty handsome, and even if I can't make you feel something warm in your stomach tonight, here. She holds out a small bottle to you. It's elegantly tapered, red tempered glass, and you see a small, beautiful feather tied to the top cork. Take it. It'll save your life in a pinch.
You know, if I was even an inch lesser than the man I am, tonight would have gone very, very differently.
She leans them close to you and she goes, I believe that with how much gusto you have, if you were even an inch bigger than you are, I might die.
What is happening?
She starts
Sexual
laughing.
innuendos.
You
I'm
can
about to say,
tell.
yeah.
Yeah, while you're dancing your heart out.
I'm just drinking.
But I'm surprised. I asked her, you can tell?
She looks at you with a quirking eyebrow and she goes, are you serious?
Oh my god. Oh.
She seems like
Oh my God.
for a moment like she looks down at your
Stop this madness.
and she looks
Stop
back
this
at you and
madness.
she goes, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's kind of inhuman.
Ref, do something.
Oh my god,
Don't
this is
worry, Adolf,
crazy!
just follow him.
Ref, do
People
something.
cheating! Cheating
Release
on him!
some. Release
You're
some for the rest of
cheating.
us.
You're cheating on the
A
harem.
blessing. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
It's happening! Oh, wheelchair lady!
Was a cheater.
You're
The
wheelchair
chair
lady.
lady. What would she think about this?
You know what?
Oh my
Screw
God.
it.
Exactly.
Before I leave, before I take her the bottle and leave, I'm gonna give her a kiss on the cheek.
Oh.
Oh,
Ayo,
Oh my
Ayo,
god.
Bella's gonna see
Nah,
this.
you know what?
Do
Nah,
something.
bro, I'm stopping you right there.
No.
Ref, do
She
something.
clutches you by the chin, you get it full lip to lip.
Nah.
This is
Damien,
just
you
good knowing
think
you, bro.
Damien
And-
looks
and
off.
she-
Like, Damien
and she
thinks you need to
she
pause and look at her.
What do you mean lick the
Look
lip
at them.
inside?
and,
Go
and
further.
she
Tongue to
and she
tongue.
tells you, just in case it's your last one.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what did you say? What did you say?
Just in case it's your last one.
You're getting told on.
Bro,
You're getting told
Damn.
on.
hold
Wait,
on.
wait, I got an epic response.
Tongue.
Damn, it's my first one too.
Yo,
That's the most virgin man response I've ever heard.
I want to cry.
hold
I want to
on,
cry.
She just kind of gives like a low chuckle. Getting told on. Oh god. Fucking Adel just keeping all the receipts.
You know, in the moment, I
Keep
feel like a
doing.
god, but after this, I'm probably gonna die.
You know what's gonna be worse?
Yes, you are.
Bella and Adel are definitely gonna yap.
Meanwhile, freaking Damien's just like
I'm sorry,
gonna
Esther and Bella. My
elbow
bad, not
him.
Adel. Yeah, they're gonna
So
yap.
He's gonna
I am
elbow him in
so
the neck.
as you two disperse from the crowd, you notice that a lot of people, like I said, are coming towards to watch this drunken bar dance.
Hey, by the way,
Aw,
we've gotten
this
to
is
the
so
point
great.
where we're starting to do the Cupid shuffle.
Oh my
We
So-
Are
we're
you?
also about to do the Cotton Eye Joe.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Just get to
I'm
it.
sorry.
We're about
I get
we're
away with
about
it.
to do the BTS breakdown.
Yeah, we're getting there
No,
soon.
K-pop
do not
Are
do
you
Michael Jackson. You have no honor.
We've done the Cupid
Ladies
Charisma
and
shuffle.
gentlemen, enjoy the
athletics.
show. The next 2 rounds are on me.
Oh my shit.
Oh, here we go.
Charisma. So what'd you
Reckless
say? What'd you
bastard.
say, Adel? Charisma
Can I
and
use charisma and athletics to pull off some crazy moves? Like, I don't know, a backflip or something.
okay, 100%.
You know, let
Let's
me
see
do it
that.
too, bro. We're going
Hey,
in.
I
tag
offer.
Okay, then you
teaming.
both
I offer
do it.
to
You
buy
both do
2
it.
rounds
Alright.
of drinks for everybody.
All right, charisma and
Or
athletics.
detail.
All right.
Yeah.
1 plus that. Okay, I get a 40-10 chance. So we either fail and we're both going down, or we're somehow succeeding.
Do not
I think
land
I
on
made
me.
it.
Do not land on
Yeah.
me.
I do not have charisma, bro. We're
So
screwed. Can I actually do
know what?
manipulation to like keep myself going?
No.
All right, boys, we're going down.
So
We're
Do not
going
land
down.
oh fuck. So what happens is, so
I'm
both of
taking
you
Adel
try.
with me.
Both of you try to to do that one move where you spin on your head.
No. Pause.
Why?
The break dance,
What
like
Do not land on me.
What if I roll again, right? And this time, the roll is
Wait,
like
wait,
a
wait.
roll
Can
for
I
save,
save?
so I can save.
Can I reroll?
no. I'm gonna explain what happened. All right. So so both of you have a good start, and then you start fucking up pretty bad, Bella,
Oh,
to the
wait.
point where you accidentally fall off of the actual bar, like the actual bar top,
hold on,
and
I
hit
got
your
this.
face against
Hold
the
on.
floor.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Wow! Fucking R2D2 noise slam into the floor, and at the same time, I'm gonna have a weird, eerie deja vu as if this has happened before.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I actually? Can I
Not
actually use?
Not even a shit in the
like-
world, as I'll just get up and continue dancing and laughing at
You
all.
should have landed on Mystic. You should have landed on
Can I
Mystic.
use strength and alertness to save Bella last moment? Like I use a
Actually-
hand to like
That would be cool.
hold her up on the bar table, like a what's it called? Like a gentleman hold,
Sure,
you know? Like she's
sure,
leaning back
sure.
and I hold her.
Alright.
Okay.
Why not?
Adel, you
I
gotta
wanna
use your
see.
bullshit luck.
Use your bullshit luck.
Jesus.
So
The one
that's-
time she super botches, and I'm just like, like the one time she super botches,
she
I'm like, yeah, the whole place is.
If
We're
she-
going together, Adel!
Let's go.
So
Hold on,
okay,
I'll try and catch him. I'll
So
try and
as-
save her
as-
stupid ass.
Let
As
Count try to
Adel-
save us.
So you okay, then roll harder. Roll the dexterity and
Hey, yo,
alertness.
dude, jump in and be the
Oh.
cushion.
So
I'm letting it freaking crush, but like if I clutch it up, I'll be standing.
fucking just the idea. Like, what was I was about to say was, instead of helping, you fall on her back and basically start like Beyblading on her.
Oh my god!
I'm
Oh
just-
my
I
god!
hear a bone crush.
What was the roll?
No,
Adel-
I'm just saying what you said.
Yeah, Adel fumbled hers too, so oh well.
I
We're both
know. I
going
saw
down.
it.
What do you
Yeah,
want me to roll?
but because you fell first,
What's
I
up?
land on top of you. So
So I have a question, actually.
Nah.
While these two are doing their performance, and I've incited the crowd by paying for their drinks for the next 2 rounds,
Oh, okay.
are the people we're trying to get the attention of actually paying attention?
They already
And
were.
who would that be? Who are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for the guys upstairs, the place where those
Yeah,
college
they're all
girls were
looking
going.
down at you guys with some interest.
What's the role like? What stuff?
The difficulty for this, because it was 2 botches, is 7.
All right, Count.
You know,
just gotta
actually-
succeed.
I would want to take my chances and go up.
All right, so yeah, okay.
Where are you rolling?
Okay.
Rolls?
you
I'm
can do this
guessing.
harder. You can
Yeah.
do this harder.
So I do dexterity and
Straight
strength.
alertness.
Well, not strength, but
Very alertness.
You got this, Count. You can't fumble 3 times, can we?
So they're different.
Hey, if he fails, Mystic, you gotta clutch up.
Shut up. Dog, I hear Sai because I couldn't hear him over you fucks. Wait, alertness. Shut the fuck up.
Dex and alertness.
freaking-
And then strength.
Okay,
Alertness.
right.
Strength.
Oh, strength and alertness.
I believe in you, Kana.
I
Believe
believe
in
in
you.
you,
Strength
King
and
Arthur.
correct?
Don't mess
'Cause
up.
I'm trying not to
you-
fuck them.
Remember, Karna, if you do really, really bad, then we're gonna throw you into a pot of baked beans.
Nah,
Oh, no,
2
it's okay.
women
I'll-
are gonna
I'll-
wait. Listen, it's gonna be so bad that 2 women are gonna
I'm
land
really-
on him,
I really
crushing
wanna
his
make sure.
back.
I really want to make sure. Strength and alertness, right?
Yeah, it's strength and alertness.
Yes.
You got this, bro. You either win or lose.
Okay. So, all right. The difficulty is like
7.
7.
Where are you rolling?
Rolls.
Bro
Fuck.
failed. And
Oh,
botched
yes.
too.
Oh
All right, what
He
happens?
got
What
the
happens
one.
is, so valiantly throwing himself in front of the tide of falling girls.
He fumbles.
Well, Damien ends up just FGO destroyed. Like, no banner, no nothing. Go home and cry about it.
I mean, on the bright side, right?
His old
If it
man
was
drank.
Tarakochi's
His drunken
character,
old man drank.
they would have 2 girls on top of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Connor,
he's
you
old. He's an
bastard.
old man though. He looks young, but he's an
You
old man
bastard.
inside. He's like,
No, you bastard.
He's living my goddamn life.
Bro,
This can't keep happening.
both Mystic and Connor's character are getting something. Oh,
Hey, don't worry.
Sai, did you hear me, by
Technically,
the way?
that
My
was-
Bro,
request.
my
This
boy
is all
is
going on while
perfect.
they're doing their
I could do
performance.
with
I would
hobos.
like to go up and talk to the gentlemen who seem to be important in this club.
I sound like a nerd.
Gotta deal with hobos.
Hello? Did I cut up?
No, we heard you.
No,
No,
Yeah, we heard
no,
you.
no.
bruh. Terakochi's missing out.
Kazuki would be so pissed if he found out that all of his wet dreams were just delivered to some other dude.
Don't worry, you'll find my
Yeah.
corpse outside the
Come on,
club.
bro.
Don't worry.
I'm ready to get on with the mission. I got sidetracked for a
Yeah,
little
let's go
while
do
there.
it.
Don't worry about it.
Come on,
We're still waiting for our the reaction to Count's fumble.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Count failed his role as well. So
Yes.
he's acting as our meat. He's essentially becoming the throw pillow. He's hurling himself down. He's supposed to become a trampoline.
All Damien is just like, as he has 2 little freaking girls that are
Little.
practically drunk. I didn't say little. I said literal.
You know what?
I said literal,
Oh,
not
literal.
little.
Yeah, I was about to grab a glass bottle and smash you on the head with it too.
Motherfucker. Whatever. Anyways,
Wait, where's Sai?
Damien's just. I don't know. Damien's just like.
Sai, you fell asleep.
Okay, wait, hold up. How freaking squished am I? Like, are you guys on like?
Oh, we're landing on you, bro.
Laying on your back. Yeah, I know landing
Yeah.
on me. Like you guys are basically squishing me.
Yeah, we're
But, like,
coming in
face-
on you, bro.
Are you
We are
facing me
going
or are you
to
on your
crush you.
back? Are you like?
Wait, which way is
literally-
he? Which way is he laying? Is he going to be on his back, or is his face going to be
Are
on the
you guys
floor?
are going to be on your back or face or like
I think
facing
we're
me?
falling face first, but don't worry.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn into
So if you're face
cannonballs
first-
and not
Goodness
hurt ourselves.
Do
So that's
not
why
land
if
on
you're
my
face
face, please.
first,
Do not.
this might
Do
turn into
not.
some
Do not.
accidental action as well.
Do not land on my face.
It's not on his face.
Alright, so in the process of us
face.
falling, Bella's ass is gonna crush Count's face, granting this man
Oh.
There's no
fantasy.
way. Bruh, Damien's just freaking.
Hold on, we're waiting for Sai to actually give us the proper verdict here.
Sai, are you?
Yeah, I thought he did.
Wakey,
Sai, are
wakey,
you there?
wakey, wakey.
Sorry.
Time for
Wake up.
breakfast.
Asleep. Oh my god, bro fell asleep.
Eggs and
He
breaky.
actually didn't knock out. He was just awake, and he was fine. Go passed out.
Maybe she went to
You know
go
what?
get water or
How
snacks.
about this? I'm gonna pause it until he starts talking.
Oh, I hear a door open. Is it him?